we are tilted just off to the first base side of things. We might see some fans' heads walking in front of us throughout the game. The 1-0 pitch is down and in, and the count 2-0. And we are close enough here, Danny, that you can hear the ball popping into the mitt. You can really see it biting on those off-speed pitches.
Chris, I don't think we've ever been this close to broadcast a game before, and it looks like the pitcher is right on top of the hitter.
2-0 pitch, and it's swung on and lifted high in the air to right field for Schwarber. Back at the wall, and Schwarber's done it. Your fairy tale start. Kyle Schwarber into the corn for a 1-0 Philadelphia lead. Almost like a movie script. Landing in the cornfield, setting off some pyrotechnics. Kyle Schwarber right on cue, looking like he stepped right out of the original Field of Dreams. Plants one into the right field cornfields, and it's 1-0 Phillies.
You know, if the fans had access to that cornfield, you'd see that stock being pushed down as fans were looking for that ball.
Pitch down and away to Trey Turner. 1 ball, no strikes. 36th home run, league high for Schwarber. And what a start to this one. Bradley taps the mound and fires, and the pitch is high, and the count 2-0. Of all the various elements that go into a ball game like this, I think the person most affected is the starting pitcher for these two clubs. Talked about it a bit with Shelty as the 2-0 breaking ball strike. They are the ones who are the most meticulous with their pregame routine. Occasionally a hitter can go without batting practice, a show and go, not unheard of. Pitcher's a little different, as the 1-0 is high, or the 2-1 is high. It's 3-1. And not all the creature comforts of a big league clubhouse here in Dyersville. Certainly ample facilities, or they wouldn't play a game here, but it is different for the starter. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up. That's on the infield. Clemens racing in. He's got his Field of Dreams purple spikes on, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Cody's spikes are the purple of an Iowa night sky speckled with stars. And all of the various sayings, you heard a lot of them in John's Open from the movie, go the distance, eases pain, all painted across his spikes. And furthermore, he, like all of the Twins, infielder safe Kalen Culpepper, all wearing the high stirrup socks here today. He's got the spaghetti stirrups going. There's Bryce Harper. First pitch to Harper, nasty breaking ball, misses low, 1 ball, no strikes. Harper is swinging the Victus corncob bat, and he has corncob shoes on. Not made out of corn cobs, but painted as such. He takes a strike on the inner half, and the count is 1-1. For all the buildup, all the drama, would it rain? Would the sun come out? Flyovers, and then Schwarber, like stars do, delivers. Pitch taken just below the knees, 2-1. And again, Danny, that's what stars do. They deliver star moments. And this is a game of moments, and Schwarber with one there.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what stage they're on, meaning what ballpark they're at. They seem to kind of step up for the moment.
2-1 pitch, and that one high, 3-1. Ty doesn't look super comfortable on that mound.
I think he's having trouble with the mound out there. I really do. Every time he delivers, he kind of looks back at not so much his landing foot, but the push-off from the mound.
We talk a lot about how he chews up a mound and his landing spot, and you can just see chunks of dirt sprayed all over that lightly dusted mound. 3-1 pitch, that's high again, and Harper walks. So a home run, a pop-up, and now a walk to Harper, and here's our old buddy Louis Arise. Did not have a chance to see Louis. There was so much going on here today. He gets a pat on the head from Ryan Jeffers, and he salutes his old teammates in the Twins dugout. Big trade deadline acquisition. Phillies lacked a right-handed bat, so they went out and got a left-handed guy and changed their entire defensive alignment. Louis hitting cleanup and leading the league in hitting. He takes a strike, and in typical Louis fashion, he steps out, he wanders around. He put his hand on his head, but he was just trying to adjust his hat. I don't think he was trying to challenge.
No, he asked to be challenged. He asked to challenge it, but Dreckman was looking over into the Twins dugout, didn't see it.
Runner at first, Harper. And Rise pulls one foul down near his own dugout, and the count is 1-1. Now, a couple of things that stand out that are different from your typical big league park. One, the lights. The lights are never going to be up to par. They're just shorter light towers. And then the fact that there's just not much room behind home plate to the backstop and to the dugouts. Hear it get eerily quiet as Taj delivers, and Louis lines one into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Harper takes a turn at second, cruising into third as Buxton rallies it back to the infield. Louis arrives doing what he does and does better than anybody in baseball. He plants a single into shallow center field, and they're on the corners behind Bradley with just one out for Bryson Stott. Don Mattingly launched out of the dugout to chat with Bruce Dreckman. I'm not sure what that might be about. Kalen Culpepper has his palms to the sky, and I'm wondering if Mattingly is claiming there was some sort of interference on the base paths there, Danny, with one of the defenders getting in the way of his running.
I think he's saying that the phone might not be working into the bullpen or something. But he told the second base umpire, Corey Blazer, he's the crew chief, and he kind of said no visit.
So it was not construed to be anything out on the field. The Stott first pitch hacking, slices one in the air to left center. Buxton racing after it. Even he can't get it. Picks it up on a hop. Arise goes to second. Harper scores. Troubles continue for Taj Bradley. It's a 2-0 Philly ambush here at the Field of Dreams, which has been a field of nightmares for Taj Bradley in the opening frame. It's the third hit of the inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Philadelphia with 2 on and still just 1 out for Alec Bohm. It might be time for a visit. Someone maybe try to calm Taj Bradley down a little bit and figure out maybe what might be ailing him. No sign of movement from the Twins dugout. Nothing from Ryan Jeffers. They're just going to attack Alec Bohm, who has gone 40 plate attempts in a row without striking out. That's a career-high streak. All we heard from the Phillies folks was how they just can't score runs and there's no offense. But again, the Twins can give up first-inning runs with the best of them. And the pitch in there for a strike. We've talked about it ad nauseum. The Twins have given up first-inning runs in 9 of their last 12 games. And now they've given up first-inning runs in 10 of 13. Another hole to dig out of. Pitch on the way, and it's up and away, and the count is 1-1. I'm with you. I think there's something mound-wise that Taj Bradley is really struggling with. Last start for Taj. He threw 25 pitches, gave up a first-inning run, left the bases loaded. And this ball is in the air to right field. Keyshaw over, under it, makes the catch. Arise bluffs from second, draws a throw, but won't advance. Fly ball out to right for Bohm. That's the second out, and here's Brandon Marsh, the All-Star.
Well, you talked about the wind blowing in from right field, and sure enough, that ball was hit fairly well, and Keyshaw had to stay with it. He had to keep coming in to make that play.
It's been consistently blowing in from right since we arrived here about noon today.
Schwarber didn't matter.
I think a typhoon couldn't knock down a Kyle Schwarber blast. 20 pitches in the opening frame, and the first pitch to Marsh is fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Now, these fans came to Dyersville for a memory, for a moment, for a show. And Schwarber delivers by clobbering the third pitch of the game for a home run into the corner right. Pitch on the way, and this one bounces. Nice play by Jeffers to pick it up 1-1. Really the preparation for today, unlike any other game throughout the course of the year. And you heard Shelton, I loved his approach. The guys were over at the original field and house. He said, have fun, enjoy it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime. But then when we get back and we get in the dugout, now we go to work. Pitch just off the outside corner, 2-1.
One thing I liked, he said, hey, guys, get out of the cramped clubhouse. It's not a real large clubhouse. Nice one, but he said, get out and walk around out here and enjoy it.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 men on. Bradley delivers, and he airs it all the way to the backstop. It bounces right back to Jeffers. Runners cannot advance. Well, we talked about it just moments ago, Danny, and its first impact on this game. The proximity of the backstop as the count goes to 3-1. Marsh tiptoes into the box. Huge first half for Brandon Marsh, but 2 for his last 10. Phillies have come out flying. Swing and miss, and that's a 3-2 count now on Marsh. A homer, a 1-out walk, a single from Arise, an RBI single for Bryson Stott, who is wearing some really cool cleats with former Phillies greats who have passed away coming out of the cornfield. They are spectacular. Same artist who did Cody's cleats. Runners go on the 3-2, and it's high ball 4. And the nightmare first inning continues. And finally, Pete Mackey emerges from the Twins dugout, and he's going to go out and have a word with Taj Bradley. Bradley has thrown 26 pitches already. He's given up 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks, and he's facing his 8th batter, JT Realmuto. So again, not to start the Twins were envisioning. And for Aaron Nola, again, the bullpens are a little more rudimentary here in Dyersville than they would be in a big league ballpark, and he's been sitting in that dugout for quite a while after finishing up his warm-up and all of the dramatics of the opening here, the Hall of Famers, the flyover, the anthem. So Bradley trying to get it back on track. We've seen this before, and again, it really started back in Seattle. The first inning runs, so many first inning runs. Twins were able to erase a lot of those deficits, but again, it's a tough way to make a living, playing from behind. Only 1 ball has been in play for an out, and the first pitch a strike, and the count is 0-1. Realmuto, what a career he has put together. One of the league's best catchers for a long time. Pitch on the way, swung on and stung foul down the right field line. That's headed up into the grandstand for a souvenir, and that is off in the direction of the original clapboard house where Ray and Annie lived, where he plowed under the corn, put up the lights,
and they will come.
And they came, and they're still coming. Boy, the line today and seeing the cars streaming in was so much like a scene out of the movie. You can't hardly believe that it isn't fabricated. 14 strikes, 14 balls. Pitch 29 is ball number 15. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, 29 first inning pitches here for Bradley. Worst case scenario for the Twins. Bases are loaded. And the pitch. Swung on a fouled straight back by Realmuto. Stays 1-2. Again, we mentioned the last start for Taj. Gave up 1 first inning run and got out of it, leaving the bases loaded. And now, having given up 2 and thrown 30 pitches, he's trying to get out of it, leaving the bags full of Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taj sets and fires. And misses up and in. Well, it just slipped right out of his hand. Normally with Taj, you see a big old crater where he lands, and you don't see it on this mound. He's sliding around a little on the bottom of the mound. I think when he lands that front foot, I just don't know that he's getting the footing that he's looking for. For Phillies legend Steve Carlton, who was introduced here today, as well as the number of my partner. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners. Left on base, a laborious opening frame, and now we'll see if the Twins hitters can get something back for Taj Bradley against a man in Aaron Nola. Been very homer prone this year, giving up 29. Forget homers for a second. You can't spell triple without trip in today's contestant. Ashcraft is on target. Boy, he was good when we saw him, and the Pirates starter went the distance. And struck out 10 in Pittsburgh's 13-1 victory over the Marlins today. The outing was the first Pirates 9-inning complete game since 2024. It's brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Well, Aaron Nola, the veteran, getting the ball here today. In this series, the Twins will not see Zach Wheeler. They will not see Christopher Sanchez. Nola has really struggled. He's been hearing it from the Philadelphia fans as well. 3-9 with a 5.47 ERA in 24 starts. He has given up now 29 home runs, an astounding number on the year. Now, that said, it hasn't all been doom and gloom. He picked up his 2,000th strikeout the last time out. And he is just the 94th player ever with 2,000 strikeouts and the 31st to do it with a single team. Last year when we saw the Phillies, and it was the last road trip of the year, everybody was complaining about Nola. He's not going to pitch in the postseason. He hasn't had a good year. Danny, he threw 8 innings of 1-run, 2 at baseball. He struck out 9. So I'm not writing this guy off.
Yeah, absolutely not. He's one of those guys that kind of is, may struggle during the course of the season, but the big lights show up in the playoffs. He's one of those marquee guys.
He knows how to pitch.
Yes, he does.
Now, the big change for the Phillies after acquiring Arise is that they shuffled up their defense. Bohm went from third to first. Stott went from second to third. Arise took over at second. Harper went to the outfield. Bryce Harper, not even close to 100%. He's out in right field, but he's had some knee issues. So the defense of the Phillies, and then it's the return of Byron Buxton to this Twins offense. Trevor Larnach, though, leads off. Looking good in that cream pinstripe Twins throwback uniform. First pitch from Nola is taken for a strike on the inside corner, and that's his sinker. And that's a pitch he struggled to get in the zone this year. He has been one of the pitchers most affected by ABS, a guy who used to get a lot of called strikes, maybe outside of the actual strike zone. And those pitches are now being overturned. And there's one just off the plate. It's 1-1. And combination of the way he pitches, his command and movement, Real Muto outstanding as a framer.
Right.
And he really was able to take advantage of that.
And we heard that Nolan, he'd been trying to pitch with fastball up on top of the zone and getting hurt there.
Breaking ball lashed into right field for a base hit. Larnach on it, and he drills one to right field. That ball just hung up, and Larnach strung a clothesline into the outfield for the Twins' first hit. Here is Byron Buxton and his long-awaited return. No rehab assignment. Buck has the specially painted Field of Dreams spikes today, and Danny, it's great just to see him back.
Yes.
He came back after the All-Star game. He wasn't right. He had to get an injection, a painful injection, and he has continued his work, and here he is in the number 2 spot. Buck batting for the right side. Infield plays back, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
And by activating Buxton here today, you would think there would be a roster move. There was not. They've allowed for each club to carry 27 men, so they'll probably have to do something when they return home on Saturday.
Yeah, special rules for these games. Cam Meisner is the extra man for Philly. The 0-1, breaking ball, and it twirls off the plate away. Third baseman Stott says, appeal to first, appeal to first. They do, and the appeal is denied by Alex Tosi. 1 ball, 1 strike. You heard from Byron in the pregame, eager to be a part of this game and the history, and he pops this one up. It was a breaking ball, and he just missed it. Real Muto's out in front of home plate. Now back into foul ground, and he makes the catch. And Byron pops up. He's now 0 for his last 18, dating back pre-injury and while, frankly, not fully healthy. 1 away for Jeffers. Byron, Ryan, a slew of these Twins familiar with baseball here in Iowa. A lot of them played and starred at Cedar Rapids. You heard Royce talk about that in our pregame lineup card. Byron was a star with the Colonels. His number 7 Colonels jersey, in fact, hangs currently in the Twins home clubhouse at Target Field. First pitch to Ryan is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Aaron Nola reaches down, taps at the dirt. Kind of leans on his front knee to take the sign, almost like he's reluctant to take the sign, then stands tall, hands away from the body, and delivers. And he delivers a strike on the outside corner. And it's 1-1. Danny, it's kind of fun to be back down low with our vantage point.
Yeah, it's, I do feel like I need my glove. I did not bring my glove, and really no foul balls coming in here. We're way below the net.
The 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And it's swung on and a slow nubber towards third. Stott reaches in, bare hand, no throw, no chance to get Ryan Jeffers. It'll go as an infield hit, and the Twins have 2 aboard. And Josh Bell will be the batter. Josh Bell, the one Twin who actually took some BP in a cornfield in advance of this game. And Bell has been smoking hot. Since June 1, he's a .287 hitter with an .858 OPS, slugging over 500. He's been even hotter of late, and his streaks, they come and go. There's no precursor. He doesn't walk more. He doesn't suddenly start pulling the ball in the air more. He just goes from on to off. Love to see him on right here. Twins trail 2-0, home first. And the first pitch is down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. And again, from our vantage point, you can really see the movement of the pitches.
Yeah, and Nola leads the league in giving up home runs. He gives up a ton of home runs.
One ball and no strikes. Bell swings and chops foul, first base line, and it's 1-1. Phillies elect to play Trey Turner up the middle, big hole on the left side of the diamond. They don't feel that the shuffling of the defensive alignment has downgraded their defense, but they also don't feel like they've got a great defense. They feel like that's been one of their problems this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 Twins aboard. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Boy, the bottom dropped out of that breaker in the count 1-2.
Yeah, but with the lack of good defense in the infield, don't you think they make up for it with all their offense that they have?
I would think so. Yeah. Again, when you hear them kvetching about their problems, you're like, really?
Yeah.
Really? I'm looking at your lineup, and it's Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Arise. I think you're okay. The 1-2, down and in. Took it, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's kind of like when you go to New York, no matter how many games over 500 the Yankees are, there's always just hand-wringing about, we can't score, we can't pitch. Only have 5 All-Stars. Pitch to Bell, little nubber foul, he fought it off. Came with a heater. Count 2-2. Kyle Schwarber opened the ball game with a bang. Out into the tassels of corn over the right field wall for a leadoff home run. He does that better than anybody. 2-0 lead for the Phillies. Bottom of the first. The pitch to Bell, down and in. Good take. 3-2. But the crowd packed in here, and
kind of a quiet crowd, aren't they?
Because the ballpark doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, it just gets really quiet right before the pitch. Like now. The pitch. Swung on a miss. He struck him out, and down goes Josh Bell. First strikeout for Nola. It'll be up to Royce Lewis. Royce has some pretty cool rocket pop looking spikes on, red, blue, white. And he's going full stirrup style with the socks today. That spaghetti stirrup, a whole lot of white sanitary. Knicker style pants. An old school look for Royce, who clambers into the batter's box with 2 on and 2 out here in the first. Twins trying to answer. Game better than .413 in the month of August. And the first pitch off the plate away, 1 ball, no strikes. Not swinging at that pitch is part of the reason he's having such a good month.
Yeah, but he still chases the slider, breaking ball down and away occasionally.
Larnach at second base, Jeffers at first. Phillies play deep. Here's the pitch. Off the plate away again, 2-0. Okay, Danny, that's a formula, right?
Yep.
Get yourself into a count like this.
Yeah, but Nola, he's so good. He's going to probably stay with the off-speed here and locate a little bit better. He's, like you said, he's a pitcher. He's trying to get, read a scouting report that Royce will chase occasionally.
And his nitro zone is heat inside. This ball lasts right to shortstop, and Turner gloves it. A stinging line drive for Royce Lewis, but right at Trey Turner. No runs, just behind a couple of knocks. Twins leave a pair. We've played one from the Field of Dreams. It's 2-0 Philadelphia on your home for Twins baseball.
In a winning lineup, every player has a unique role, different positions, different strengths, all ready when the moment calls for them. The same is true for personal safety. That's why Byrna offers easy-to-use, less lethal launchers, sprays, and alarms, giving you different levels of protection without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection options at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Who do you want to be? That guy in Florida playing backgammon? Or the Chelsea fixture still turning heads? And you know how the Chelsea guy did it. He never left. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Discover top-rated stays loved by guests. Rated highest by real guests through authentic reviews. Vrbo. Book a vacation rental loved by guests.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
No passport? Nope.
Settling in here at the Field of Dreams, top of the second. And for Taj Bradley, 9-1-2. Justin Crawford, the only Philly not to swing it in the first. Then Schwarber, who was already homered, and Trey Turner. 32-pitch opening frame for Taj, and he's a big, strong horse, but he'll need to find some quick innings here to get back on track. Crawford, second-generation big leaguer, leans back from the left side and takes a strike, 0-1. His father, of course, Carl Crawford. No balls and a strike. Crawford fouls away the rookie. It's 0-2, and we have solved one mystery that may have come up if you've watched Field of Dreams, or maybe like me, you showed it to your daughter for the first time, or your son. And the question even posed in the film is, where do they go when they wander out into the corn? As the 0-2 swung on a miss, and Crawford is out on strikes. First punch out for Taj, 6 now away from a career high. He'll face Schwarber for the second time. Well, we walked out through that corn to get to this ballpark. You walk through the outfield corn where all the Black Sox would go. And we found out there's a speakeasy out there that sells wine and cocktails and hot dogs.
Yeah, we walked right by it.
But now I know where they went.
They went to the tiki bar.
Yeah, they went to the speakeasy. Schwarber takes high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. No wonder they always look so happy when they came back to play. But, yeah, there's a speakeasy in between the outfield corn of the original field and our outfield corn. 1-0 pitch to Schwarber, who visited that speakeasy with his 36th home run. And it's a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, he has had some kind of career, Kyle Schwarber, out of the University of Indiana. Cubs legend, a legend in Philly, and he launches another one high in the air to deep right center field, but playable this time for Buxton. Byron gracefully lopes underneath it and makes the catch. There are 2 away. And boy, Danny, have I missed that. Just the sight of a ball in the air in center field and the grace with which Byron Buxton turns all of those fly balls into outs.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, this ballpark is in great shape right here. I talked to the infielders, talked to the outfielders. They say it plays a little fast, but no bad hops. They said it will snake the way they cross-cut the outfield, and it usually will snake a little bit as that ball starts to slow down, and that's why as an outfielder you got to make sure that you stay in front of it, maybe even get down on one knee like an infielder.
First pitch strike to Turner, and now the 0-1 pitch on the way, and Turner watches just off the outside corner, and it's 1-1. He's thrown 8 pitches here in the second. Boy, if Taj can put Turner to sleep and get out of this with the low pitch count. He'd be right back on track. Breaking ball pushes him off the plate but misses in. 2-1.
There was a time when Turner signed with the Phillies and signed a big contract and struggled mightily. And the fans gave him a standing ovation. He took off after that.
Pitch high, 3-1. Yeah, typically, obviously, they boo.
Yes.
Someone started this idea, hey, what if we cheer him? They even put billboards up. And he went off like a rocket ship. 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. So just when Bradley looked on the cusp of a quick inning, he walks the speedy Trey Turner, who's 80 runs scored or fourth best in the senior circuit. And now it's the dangerous Harper. We talk about the grace of Buxton in center, and he's peerless out there, but Trey Turner is a graceful, elegant player as well. I think he slides better than anybody in the game. It's like he doesn't even touch the ground and pops back up. Harper walked first time up, and he takes low. Harper had an at-bat in St. Louis the other day where he had to come out of the box. Trainer came out. It appeared to really bother his knee. Didn't swing the bat the rest of the at-bat, and he ended up walking. They didn't lift him for a pinch runner. But obviously he's been in pain with his knee as he takes a strike, and it's 1-1. But he's a guy who wants to be in there every day. I think he stated one of his goals is to play every ball game, all 162, and he's played 122 already of 122. 2 outs, Turner at first, not going. Harper takes down and in. If you've got a bad knee, let's say it's a right knee for a left-handed hitter, where does that most affect you? Is that when he comes forward and puts the weight transfer?
A little bit, but he's the type of guy that will hit against that front foot. So you slide to it, and then as you swing, you're pushing against that right foot. Get your momentum back on that left leg and hip and turn.
2-1 is high, 3-1. So a knee issue on the front knee there would be really hard to compensate for.
A lot of guys, they'll turn themselves into like what we call a front foot hitter. If it's their back leg, I'm going to get out. Old Charlie Lau type.
Cecil Cooper.
Yep.
Lean back.
George Brett.
It worked for him. 3 balls and a strike, and the pitch swung on a foul straight back. That looked like a pretty healthy cut. And the count's 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. As Dreckman has his baseball, thought we might have a little break there, but Harper right back in the box. Runner will be moving Turner from first. 2 outs, 2-0 Philly lead. We're in the second. And the pitch is taken for a called strike 3. Harper down on strikes, and Bradley's out of the inning. We've played 1.5. Twins down 2-0 on your home for Twins baseball.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At Optro, we know that change is happening faster than anyone imagined, challenging you in ways you've never known. But you're not just GRC professionals. You're resilient problem solvers. Dare we say, you're optimistic. Your optimism is informed. It acts with confidence. It gives you clarity into what matters most, intelligence to see what others may not, and the momentum to tackle any problem. If risk is a constant, optimism is your control. Optimism, powered by GRC Intelligence. Visit optro.ai/optimism to learn more.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com. Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Melanson's pitch. Drive to left field. Going back is Slater. It's gone! A cycle for the ages. A team that is...
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Welcome back to the Field of Dreams, where the Minnesota Twins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Twins find themselves down 2-0 here in the early going. Try to do something about it here in the second with Cody Clemens, Luke Keeschall, and Brooks Lee. It's been a spectacular day, and we've only just gotten this game started. The Philly Fanatic doing his thing on the first base dugout. But we had 26 Hall of Famers. I'd say Fanatic probably 27 in my book. Clemens awaits. The pitch from Aaron Nola as the Fanatic calms down his antics, and Cody swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. You cannot turn around without bumping into some sort of piece of baseball history or a baseball legend, and you can't walk these grounds with Dan Gladden without running into everybody who wants to talk to him. As Clemens takes high, either they want a picture with him, they're a big fan, or we bumped into Torrey Hunter and Jock Jones.
Jock Jones, yeah.
They were on a golf cart. Joe Mauer was having...
We were on a golf cart, too.
We were with a very good driver. We'll probably get to her story later if it's a blowout. The pitch is fouled away. We sit down to grab a bite to eat, and Joe Mauer's there with
Yeah,
Chip.
we ate with Joe and his son. And
Drew Halverson was delayed because he was in line talking to Nick Swisher on his way over to see us. Hall of Famers walking around. Warney's here. He and Torrey, Jock, not just Hall of Famers. Dylan Betances is wandering the grounds. As Clemens swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. And Nola, despite all the ugly numbers, all the home runs, just as he did last year against the Twins, he has tied them up in knots. Again, last year it was 8 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, and 9 punch-outs, and he's off to a hot start here as he faces Keeschall. Twins, though, have been a great team at making adjustments all year long. Keeschall grinding against Nola's first at-bat ever against Aaron. And the pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. We're going to owe you that station identification here momentarily. Nola has the sign from Real Muto. The veteran backstop puts the frame up outside, and the breaking ball is outside, and that's a ball, 1-1. Mentioned Nola crested 2,000 strikeouts. He did it in 309 games. That is the 10th fastest by game in big league history. And it's a pretty impressive list, as you might imagine. As the pitch to Keeschall hit high in the air left field. It's got some carry. Does it have the legs to get over the wall, base of the wall, and gone. Luke Keeschall rattles the tassels in the cornfield in left, and the Twins are on the board. It's 2-1 in favor of Philadelphia. Oh, Danny, he got it up. The only question was, would it have the carry? And it got over the wall and into about the third row of corn stalks in left field. The 30th home run given up by Nola this year.
Oh, I left it up, and he did not miss it. Watching Marsh out there in left field. He got to the wall in time. Almost like his hand got caught in the fence. He couldn't jump up for it.
7th long ball for Keeschall, and here's Brooks Lee. Lee from the left side. He watches a twister for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So the Twins cut the lead in half. They trail now 2-1 as Keeschall sprints around the bags, and now Brooks, he's got the stirrup look going.
30th home run Nola's given up this year. That's a ton of big fly.
Pitch is down and in, and the count 1-1. Brooks the only guy who'd played here before. You talked with him after he took a lot of ground balls in third base today.
Just want to talk to those guys, see how the infield played.
The 1-1, and it's down.
Said it was a little bit fast.
And the tarp had been on the field. They rolled it up right when we got here. They've seen a ton of water in this part of the country over the course of the last month or so. Field looks to be just in beautiful shape, and it's seen a lot of baseball this week. The 2-1 is wide, 3-1. Saints played here Tuesday against the Iowa Cubs. Yesterday there was an all-star high school showcase. Those teams were coached by Jim Tomei, who is amongst the Hall of Famers out of the corn today, and Torrey Hunter. And then today, of course, the showcase. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Brooks took a whack at it, 3-2 on a breaking ball there. Nola throws a ton of curveballs.
Yes, he does, and he throws them for strikes when he needs to.
kind of changes speeds on that curveball too. He doesn't call it a different pitch, but he'll finagle it, not just the same hammer time after time. 2-1 Phillies. Nola comes set, 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch. Brooks swings and rips foul into the net down the right field line. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. String is out on Lee. Tap of the rubber. And the pitch swung on and pulled sharply to the right side. Arise gobbles it up, moving to his left, throws to first and Bohm. And Lee is retired. There are 2 out for Kalen Culpepper.
You know, when they made the trade for Arise, there was some stirring about it because he had played some first base with the Giants, and they felt that he didn't grade out that good as a second baseman. But somehow they recalibrated some numbers, and they said he's a plus second baseman.
Yeah, this year he grades out better than he ever has. Now he put in a ton of work with Ron Washington. And who knows, maybe he figured out what you need to do specifically to pump those numbers up, but he's playing second, and he's played a solid second. That's Culpepper into the batter's box. 2 outs for Kalen, 1 for his last 11 since blasting a home run in his second big league at bat. And the first pitch to Culpepper is strike. Hey, enjoy Sunday Fun Day at Target Field. Free ice cream on Kids Day. It's presented by Target. Kids 12 and under can enjoy ice cream treats, half-price U.S. Bank kids meals, and they run the bases after the game. Make it a family tradition and get your tickets at twins.com/kidsday. Pitch just off the outside corner in the count 1-1. We're talking about family traditions. I mean, this entire operation where we are is all about families and baseball and tradition all wrapped up together. That's why we're here, and that's why all those years after the movie, people still come. As Culpepper swings and fouls, loses his helmet.
And then they built this ballpark here, and now they're going to be here permanently. They're getting what'd you say?
Northwoods League?
Northwoods League, so there'll be some host families that will take in some of those players.
Dyersville nearby has always had a great baseball tradition at the local level. This area is a hot spot for town ball, as Minnesotans can certainly understand. Here's the pitch, and it's taken low. 2-2.
You know, I made the comment as we were walking around through here. I said, in about 5 years, you come back, there's going to be hotels. They're going to be having, like you said, they had the showcase for the high school kids. They're going to turn this into really a place to come and have tournaments.
Destination baseball heaven. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled, and even as we came in over the left field wall, and there is a kids complex over there with the 4 fields, you know, where all the home plates butt together and star out. And Dustin Morse was telling me that his son Griffin was here for a tournament a couple of weeks ago. And the deal is you play all your games, and then the championship game, you get to play under the lights on the original field at Dreams Field.
Fun.
Super special. Just don't fall off the bleachers with a hot dog in your mouth. Swinging miss at a sweeper off the plate away. Kalen Culpepper is out on strikes. And Nola's out of the inning. But Keyshaw plants one in the corner. We've played 2 innings from Dyersville. It's 2-1 Phillies. Let's check in with John Vitas on your home for Twins baseball.
In baseball, range can make all the difference. That extra step to field a ball, make the throw, and get the out. In life, Byrna gives you that same advantage, helping you keep potential threats at a distance with easy-to-use, less lethal protection effective up to 60 feet away. Stay in control without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Who do you want to be? That guy in Florida playing backgammon? Or the Chelsea fixture still turning heads? And you know how the Chelsea guy did it. He never left. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious, but...
Let's go back to the pregame lineup card thanks to your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. We heard what a game like this means to Twins players tonight during our Twins storyline, but Joe Ryan took a different approach. He was already planning ahead to the next special venue for the Twins to play at.
We were talking the other day about like if they did play the game in University of Hawaii or something. That's a really cool stadium, and I think that'd be a really cool game. I know there's a lot of fans over on the island, so that would be, I think, a special thing for baseball to do. Even like a spring training thing, I think that'd be kind of sweet. We should pitch that and then use that, and we all go to Hawaii for a week. And because we got to get there and just get like ready, adjust.
It sounds like maybe Joe just wants to spend a week in Hawaii, but I do think that's a pretty cool idea. Hawaii, one of the few states that has never hosted a big league game, and I'm sure MLB will take it under advisement, guys.
Well, Joe Ryan's saying he thinks we should go play in Hawaii. We'll put him in a time machine, and he can go play for the Phoenix Firebirds with Dan Gladden. They go spend a week in Hawaii, and what?
He done that.
One hit?
Yeah, I think I went one for Hawaii.
And you're not the only one. Louis Arise, taking all the way, watches down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. And the way that used to work, the AAA teams would go over for a full week, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're making the trek. Face Ed Farmer over there. Pitch to Arise, hit high in the air right field, fairly shallow. Keyshaw in, Clemens out, Luke's under it. And Luke makes the catch, and Arise is out.
And the Hawaii teams would usually have 3 teams come over. So they'd stay for about 3 weeks, and then when they come stateside, they would do about a 3-city. They would stay for about 3 weeks before they'd head back to Hawaii.
That is a full suitcase right there. Treasure Island Resort and Casino, the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Twins. Explore more of the island with a relaxing getaway. Book your stay at TICasino.com. There, Joe, you can go to that island. Here's Stout. RBI single, first time up. He takes a strike. Bryson Stott and Royce Lewis, who's down at first base, they share a unique statistical feature at this point of the ballgame with just 40 games left in the season, pitch high. They're the only 2 players in the league who have at least 11 stolen bases without being caught. It's 23 for 23 for Stott. Royce, 11 for 11. Stott swings and misses the count 1-2. Boy, Taj Bradley, whatever ailed him early, he's kind of figured it out. Who knows if that had to do with the preparation alterations that he had to make to his routine, but he's locked in now.
Yeah, you talk about rhythm, and he's just getting the ball back, getting right on the rubber, and ready to go.
Taps and delivers a 1-2, and he fires low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mention all the baseball people. We ran into Dave Dombrowski, wanted to stop and talk with you. Obviously, he runs the Phillies. There's a pitch fouled away. Sam Fold, was Dombrowski's GM. Now that's Preston Mattingly, and then Sam just graduated from MBA, Wharton MBA at Penn. He's running the business side of it.
Right. He had to go back to college to get some kind of degree so he would elevate up into that position.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball pulled foul. I don't know if anybody created as much energy that we ran into than the Fanatic. When the Fanatic walked into the room, it didn't matter if you were wearing Philly stuff or Twin stuff or anything in between. Everyone was on the Fanatic.
He's an international mascot for sure.
2-2 pitch. Swung on a little tapper. Right back to Bradley. So good defensively. Picks it up. He lobs to first base, and they get Bryson Stott. 2 away, Bohm will bat. And all the many ways Taj Bradley is impressed, I think his ability to get off the mound, whether it's covering first or grabbing the ball himself, he's really good.
That was just a routine play right there, but there's no panic. You know how some pitchers, they'll get scared and they'll run it halfway over there before they underhand flip it.
Here's Alec Bohm, fly to right, first time up. Taj looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Twins down 2-1, and a ground ball right past Bradley. Sliding stop Clemens. Pops to his pins, throws to first, and they got him. It's a 4-3 put out and a beauty, and the inning is over in 1-2-3 fashion. Nifty play from Cody Clemens. Bradley sets him down in order. Twins down 2-1. Second time through the lineup when we return on your home for Twins baseball.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Do you know the following baseball slang? Today's phrase is golden sombrero. Do you know what it means? Golden sombrero. When a player strikes out 4 times in a game.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider upstairs. And Garcia has the golden sombrero, much to the delight of the crowd at Minute Maid Park. 1 away.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
It's the baby. It's your first baby. It's pretty incredible standing here among all of our guys. This is why this has all happened. It's a tough game, obviously, the way they came from behind. We kind of regrouped during the rain delay, and this group never quits, just like they had just said.
That's Joe Madden after the Chicago Cubs won the 2016 World Series. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal.
It's the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the top of the order for the Minnesota Twins. They trailed 2-1. They weathered an early storm. The Schwarber home run in the opening frame to lead off the game. A 32-pitch inning in which Taj Bradley left the bases loaded. Bradley has righted the ship, and now the Twins get a second turn against Aaron Nola. 3 hits first time through, including one for this man, Trevor Larnach, who lined one crisply to right field for a base hit. Larnach taps the plate, two-tone bat, and augers in from the left side. Dusk is falling here in Dyersville. The lights are on, and the pitch is on the way. And the pitch is a strike, and the count is 0-1. So the pitch clocks are off the batter's eye. The batter's eye is shaped like a big black barn in center field. And as the pitch clock winds down, then they turn it off when it gets to 2 seconds. Breaking ball down and in, and the count is 1-1.
What I like about it, even the outfield fence, is it looks like it's old barnwood.
Yes.
It really gives a neat look to here, and you said the scoreboard out into right field, all barnwood.
You got the kids out there climbing the ladder to hang the numbers. As the pitch pulled sharply foul in the right field line. That's into the corn. That's a lower patch of corn. What is that, about 15 rows or so down below the grandstand in the right field line?
Somebody was saying a few years ago, I think it was 22, when a storm came through here, it took all the corn down, and they had to bring fake trees, fake corn stock.
The other thing we noticed coming through the corn is that it's ready to be picked. Some big ears out there. Here's the 1-2. Looked at low, good take. Breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Larnach. Commissioner Manfred is here. Ownership groups from both clubs, and boy, fans from all over the country and the world. Breaking ball misses down and in 3-2. Talking with some of the locals here, including the kind woman who drove us out on a shuttle over to the old original farmhouse. Over 1 million people a year, and she said even in the winter, people will drive down just to see it. Pitch. Swung on, popped up down the left field line. Stott takes a peek, but that one should be amongst the paying customers, and it is. Fan in a Twins jersey is going to take that souvenir home, and the count stays full. But Danny, think about the impact of that film. That you make a movie, and 40 plus years later, people make pilgrimages to the site where you filmed it because it means that much to them to see it.
It's funny because the lady was telling us that people around here didn't even know there was being a film made.
3-2, a little flare over the head of Turner. That could drop. It does, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Trevor Larnach. He's 2 for 2, leadoff man aboard. You make a great point. Now, we heard differing stories. So Mike Grimm, who does a great job as the radio voice of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, Mike is here. He grew up 15 miles from here, went to high school. He was a senior in high school and one of the leaders on his high school baseball team 15 miles from where we're sitting, and said at the time He had no idea they were building a field. They were filming a movie. No one was talking about it. Nada. Said it caught him off guard. As Buxton hits one sharply to third base. They'll go to second for one. The relay from Louis arrives. Buxton safe. Well, even with a bad wheel, and you could tell he wasn't really opening up the afterburners, he's safe. And right now, Larnach is at second base. He has not vacated the bag. I think the Twins, are they talking about taking a look at this?
Well, both managers are looking at it, and Mattingly said no on Buxton at first base. And Derek also said nope at second base.
So we'll call it a 5-4 putout of Larnach. Buck replaces Trevor, and there's one away. So, again, Mike Grimm, 15 miles away, high school senior. He probably had other things on his mind, but he had no idea it was even happening. But our shuttle driver, she was in her mid-20s in Dubuque. She knew it was happening. As the pitch to Jeffers drops low, breaking ball 1-0, she said she and her friends would hang out and party with the crew.
Yeah.
While this was happening. They said it was the biggest thing to hit Dubuque in a long, long time. And that she, I believe the quote was, partied with Kevin Costner on many occasions. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1. You might have heard the crack of the bat. You also heard the crack of a fly getting smashed in our booth. That's one thing Iowa is full of. Not just pop flies, but black flies. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jeffers. Small lead for Buck. And a pitch off the outside corner. And this is, again, one of those combos where Nola likes to work away. And with a runner at first and Bohm holding Byron, Louis up the middle, Jeffers so good using the backside of the field, especially against the guy who pitches him like this. Nola holds high and throws over. Byron leans back to the bag.
Well, we've seen Josh Bell do that also, but that's just a sign of a good hitter. You'll see it more with Jeffers when he has 2 strikes on him. And he'll kind of go into that little 2-strike approach.
Gets real wide, solid, strong enough to hit the ball out anywhere. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a popped up foul, and that one's over the grandstand to our right. 2-2. So pleased to have you with us this very special edition of Twins Baseball. 3rd ever Big League Field of Dreams game. The first, Tim Anderson walked off the Yankees for the White Sox. The second, the Cubs beat Cincinnati. Twins the home team tonight. This ball popped away foul again by Jeffers. Stays 2-2. 4-year hiatus between games here. Now, the first 2 they had temporary ballparks that they put up, and then this entire complex has been under development. And now the permanent ballpark is ready, and you can see it's not quite completely finished at every corner, but you can see the vision and where they're going. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss. Jeffers is out on strike, second out of the inning. Got him on a breaking ball. 4 strikeouts now for Nola. It will be up to Josh Bell.
I think that what they first started off, was it the Yankees and the White Sox, right?
Yep.
They saw something there. The seed was planted. And then now they've built this complex here. Like I told you, Chris, you come back in 5 years from now, there's going to be hotels, there's going to be all kinds of things to do around here.
Pitch on the way to Bell, and Bell takes down and in. And that's going to be the real tightrope, isn't it? Like, how do you keep it as rustic and open for that experience, but still have amenities that people are going to want?
I would just say maybe dorms, because you want to house the Little League kids that come here. Not really sure the closest place to house a bunch of kids, a bunch of teams.
2-1 pulled foul, and that one got the camera guy behind the Netflix camera there in the first base camera well.
Well, when we landed here in Dubuque, the bus ride was windy roads through little towns, and then all of a sudden we came over the ridge, and here was this ballpark.
Yep. And it was kind of an epic way to approach it. It was kind of misty and rainy and foggy, and it just literally rose up out of the core, and you come out of Dubuque, and it's winding cornfields and a monastery. You go by an old monastery, and then there's a golf course. There's one little town, the town of Farley, and then you're here. And other than that, it's just corn and soybeans. One feedlot. Swing and missed by Bell, who chased a high heater, 1-2. I think Bell was just a titch late on that.
A little bit.
And
again, that's Nola right there, how he wants to pitch to certain guys up in the zone to get him to chase. Other than that, he's been pitching well last 3 starts. A lot of it has to do with the fact that he's pitching down by the knees.
1-2. Swung on a little tapper and a slow roller. Left side of the diamond. Stott, bare hand pickup. Throws to first. Bell hustling down the line, but he's out by a half a step. 5-3 the put out, and the inning dies with it. No runs on a leadoff single. There were no errors and a man left. We've played 3 full from the Field of Dreams. It's 2-1 in favor of the Phillies on your home for Twins baseball.
In a winning lineup, every player has a unique role, different positions, different strengths, all ready when the moment calls for them. The same is true for personal safety. That's why Byrna offers easy-to-use, less lethal launchers, sprays, and alarms, giving you different levels of protection without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection options at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Top of the 4th at Field of Dreams. This portion of Twins baseball brought to you by United Healthcare, committed to care. Learn more at UHC.com. Dan Gladden fulfilled the dreams of many today by posing for pictures, signing autographs, and now he'll take you to the top of the 4th.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good evening, everybody. Yes, today was an outstanding day. Started early, and it really kind of flew by because there was so much activity around this ballpark. And here, leading off top of the 4th, it'll be Brandon Marsh. Walked his first time up as Bradley delivers high. $16 homers, 52 driven in for Brandon Marsh this year. .273 average. And a check swing. They're going to appeal. He did not go around. 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom third of the order, Marsh, Real Muto, and Crawford. Phillies up 2-1. 2 in the top of the first. Twins got a solo homer off the bat of Keyshaw and fouled on the left field line. And a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Bradley labored a little bit in the first inning, had 2 walks. Ended up facing 8 batters. And then got 2 quick outs. As Marsh again fouls this one in the netting. Top of the second, and then had a walk to Turner. And then struck out Bryce Harper looking. Had an easy 1-2 third, and now trying to get the first out here in the top of the 4th. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Phillies. And a breaking ball stayed high. Bruce Streckman calling balls and strikes.
And we just saw Bruce.
He was in
Milwaukee.
Well, was he Milwaukee?
He was at Target Field.
Yeah.
He was happy to see you.
And that pitch to the backstop. That wasn't even close. And that's going to be ball 4. Well, Dreckman is from Iowa.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why he said he was here to represent. It's the 4th walk issued by Bradley.
I know they made a note that Derek Hill, who's a backup outfielder for the Phillies, we've seen him in Texas, Detroit through the years, he's born in Des Moines, and if he gets into this game, would be the first ever Iowa native
to play in this game.
To play in this game.
Here's Real Muto. Chris had talked about quality of a catcher that he is, and he is all of that. Durable. Slowing down just a little bit, but still chokes up about 2 inches. Little slide open stance. Runner at first in Marsh. And tap foul at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sorry, no balls and a strike. It is 1-1. Scoreboard. Has it right. Pitch count. Bradley 67 here in the top of the 4th. Out of the stretch, checks Marsh and delivers. Breaking ball down and in. And again, Bradley, after he releases that ball, he kind of looks down at the ground there, a little frustrated. Getting a little bit more chewed up in his landing area. And a pitch. Swung on a miss. Good fastball. 96 on the fastball there.
With the fans being so close, and we've talked about how close we are, I hope that fans who are used to watching from a ballpark where they're maybe not right on top of things, unless they're right behind home plate in the Champions Club, I think you're getting a fuller appreciation for just how nasty big league pitching is.
This is more like a minor league complex where, like you said, they bring the fans a lot closer to home plate and the playing field. 2-2. Swung on a miss. Got him. Came right back with a heater. That one at 98. It's the 3rd strikeout for Bradley. Yeah, they'll get Crawford to the plate. Crawford went down swinging his only at bat. One thing about the Phillies, and they talk about a lack of offense and got some good pitching, but it seems like they run. They've got guys that can run and steal bases. Crawford, one of them, 16 bags. Ground ball, first base, just foul.
Crawford has 16. You've got 23. We mentioned Stott, who hasn't been caught. Turner is 17 out of 20. They don't get thrown out much either. I mean, you look at Crawford's 16. Well, he's only been caught 3 times. Even Louis Arise is 10 for 10.
A different part of the game that they play. As Crawford leans out over the plate, Bradley delivers that one, just missed inside. Schwarber in the on-deck circle. He's already homered. Nobody out, one on. Phillies threatening, and the runner goes. Swung on a miss, throw down to second base, and he's going to be out at second. Looked like he gave him his left hand to tag it, and then he pulled it back. And Culpepper stayed with the tag there, and they're going to look at this. Don Mattingly, the interim manager for the Phillies, he gave him the left hand.
Philadelphia is challenging the out call at second base.
And he's going to be safe.
Kind of
he went to tag the left hand. He pulled it back and then reached around on his side and got his right hand in there.
Really athletic play by Marsh. As Culpepper put the glove down expecting the easy out, it was a really nice throw from Jeffers. But I think Marsh's swim move earns him the bag.
They're showing it here on the screen, and the crowd kind of getting a little bit loud. Pretty athletic play there to be able to kind of, here's my left hand. Culpepper went down to tag it, and he pulled it back. And was able to kind of rotate his body a little bit on the right side and then reach in with the right hand. And Marsh quickly came up, waving his hand to Don Mattingly.
After review, the call of the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Philadelphia will retain their challenge.
And he is going to be safe for stolen base.
A really good throw by Jeffers. Just a better slide on the part of Brandon Marsh. As Culpepper, went to tag where he thought he was going to be, and he just wasn't there.
So now he's in scoring position with nobody out. Crawford, 2-2 count. Ground ball up the middle, be fielded by Culpepper. He's checked the runner at third, and now retires Crawford Twins now probably have to play the infield in with one out runner at third.
Well, Romuto struck out. So
I'm sorry, 2 outs.
And I want to explain to people, you're working kind of with an odd scorecard here today.
Yes, they handed them out here, and this is the largest.
It's huge.
Scorecard that any team has ever kind of given out. And I said, you know what, I'll just fill it in right here. With 2 down, Schwarber backs. Takes this one to the kneecaps, had to dance out of the way, ball 1.
When he came out of Indiana and he had some early success, there's all the talk about where he would play. Did you foresee Schwarber having this kind of career?
When you said he came up with the Cubs, didn't he play some football? Didn't he have that football mentality?
Yeah.
And blew his knee out, I want to say, in the outfield, running in another one at the kneecaps. And now 2 balls and no strikes. Had a collision with the center fielder at Wrigley Field and missed the rest of the season. But he played football, and he played with that kind of like a linebacker attitude. Now he's turned himself into a professional hitter, power hitter at that. Hit high in the air, right field. And it is, oh my gosh. Kiesel jumped up, it hit his glove, and then went over the fence. It wasn't a home run. Kiesel gliding along the fence, got near the foul pole, and jumped up. It hit his glove and then caromed over the fence for a 2-run homer. And it's 4-1 Phillies. That might have had home run distance, but right in the glove of Kiesel. And here's Turner to bat. Line down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. It's fair. Kiesel over to cut it off. Turner runs well. Throw into second base. The slide not in time. There's the slide by Turner. And like you said, like watching Byron Buxton run, watching Trey Turner slide, he's on the ground just for a brief second and pops up. Total balance.
It's like his uniform doesn't even get dirty. He just kind of hovers over the dirt. But let's go back to that play in right field. Off the bat, that ball was hit so high. I thought for sure it was way deep into the corner, but the wind, I think, hung it up a little bit. Kiesel never gave up on that ball and came agonizingly close to making a great catch. I think it would have been a home run.
Here's Harper, and he hits a base hit up the middle. Diving, Clemens can't come up with it. Turner, he can jog into home plate with the 5th run. So Harper picks up an RBI single, all with 2 outs.
So that's what they do, Schwarber, Turner, Harper. That's your meat and potatoes.
You're not done. You got a guy batting right now that's leading the league in hitting.
Have you ever had that as an outfielder, going up, trying to grab one, have it deflect?
No.
It's such a rare confluence of events.
As Arise takes this one, low ball 1. I've seen on several occasions, Jose Canseco, one of them in Cleveland, where he put his glove up to catch it. It hit him right on the top of the head and then bounced over.
I think Joe Adele had one of those earlier this year.
I think that it's more embarrassing than it hurts. Pitch in tight, Arise down on his backside. Well, he was such a fun player to be around, Luis Arise, when he was with the Twins. And what's he been with? 4 different clubs now in the last 5 years.
All he does is win batting titles where he goes and make friends and fans.
Outside for a strike.
Can't find anybody in the game who's played with him who has a bad thing to say about Louis.
Yeah.
He lights up a room.
And the Phillies stepped out of the analytics department. He puts the ball in play. So he's going to bat 4th in this lineup to pick up some RBIs. There's a line drive, base hit left field. Right on cue.
That's what he does.
Nothing pretty, just a little inside-out fillet to left field. Keeps the inning alive.
Yeah, we talked about it with Mike Petriello the other day, and it just makes so much sense logically. And there'd been all this ruckus around the game. Well, what's his value? Singles don't matter. Well, if I'm getting 200 of them a year, a couple of them, how do we make those matter?
Yes.
And so, well, what if there are guys on base? And he keeps finding gaps like that. Well, they're probably going to score. And the Phillies put guys like Schwarber, Turner in front of him, Harper, and away we go.
Isn't it funny how one guy can stretch that lineup out and make everybody else a little bit better, either in front of him or behind him?
And he doesn't strike out.
No.
And so you're always, as a pitcher, you feel like you're in a fist fight every time he's in the batter's box. There's no easy way to get him out.
And I can make a real good pitch, might even be off the plate. He still finds a way to put it in play. There's Stott to bat. He has a hit. RBI. Came back in a 2-run first inning. Another good player. Sliding him over to third base. They liked him at second. Yeah, as this pitch runs off the plate outside, ball one. And again, Arise coming over here now. He's pretty much their mainstay second baseman. Two on, three in. Off speed, high strike call.
And we've heard different things about Louis at second. Everybody dogged on his defense for a long time. They put him at first. Then he went to work with Ron Washington, noted teacher of infielders. Everyone said he's so much better. Other scouts have said he's the same guy that he was before. He just wasn't as bad as they thought he was.
Another one to the backstop. My gosh, Dodge Bradley. That ball ended up over by the Twins' dugout. Second wild pitch. And now base hit might score two. 5-1 Phillies here in the top of the fourth inning. Scott with a count of 2 balls and a strike as Bradley delivers that one, missed down and in. And now 3 balls and 1 strike. Bradley at 86 pitches.
Travis Adams up in the pen.
Okay. Three-one pitch in there for a strike. Run it full. Well, this game here got so much hype. And with what we're seeing now, Schwarber 2 home runs, Keishel with 1 off of his glove. And there's a fly ball shallow left. Larnach there, drifts over, calls for it, puts it away. 3-run fourth inning. Now the score, Phillies 5, Twins 1. We'll be back on your home for Twins baseball.
In a winning lineup, every player has a unique role, different positions, different strengths, all ready when the moment calls for them. The same is true for personal safety. That's why Byrna offers easy-to-use, less lethal launchers, sprays, and alarms, giving you different levels of protection without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection options at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang. Today's phrase is ducks on the pond. Do you know what it means? Ducks on the pond. When 2 or 3 runners are on base.
3 ducks on the pond. Ozzie, Nicky, and Marcel.
Phillies over the Twins. We enter the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's going to be Royce Lewis, Cody Clemens And then it'll be Luke Kershaw, and we have Roger Clemens in the booth with us right now. Pretty proud of your son right now, aren't you?
He's having a great time, and the Twins and his teammates, they're having a good time.
Here's Lewis to bat here, and he lined out his first time up. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Yeah, you got to be proud of where he's at right now.
See the Twins add some pieces. You know, they're right there. They're right there. I mean, these guys will you guys seen them fight till the 27th out.
Yeah, and also don't forget, I think the division that they're in made it easy for them to say, let's go ahead and add. Swung on a foul back, 0-2 now.
It's been nice to see, and I think that I think when the guys were a little down last year when they sold some big pieces, they were a little more pieces. Yeah, they did. You're right. Griffin Jacks is one of my favorite arms in the league to go along with Mason Miller. I mean, there were a couple guys I told the Astros, doing a little work with the Astros, I said, hey, if they become available, you might want to take a look.
Check swing. He went around on it as Lewis couldn't hold up on a bender. 1 out.
Yeah, this next hitter should be fun. Cody Clement. Where were you, Roger, for the ultimate Grand Slam?
I was actually watching. I was at my foundation, and, man, that was pretty incredible. I asked him if
Did you get to watch it live?
I saw it live. Yeah, I saw it live, and I could tell his feet weren't touching ground. He said he blacked out going into second base. I can believe it. So that was pretty cool.
He had a great bat flip, too. He really did. He bats here, takes it inside, ball 1.
Nola's out pitch has been that hook, and of course JT. They know him, so this would be a good challenge for him tonight with your former teammates that know you.
There's the 1-0.
There it is, right there.
Yep. And Nola he can throw it for a strike anytime.
Anytime.
And he likes to throw it for a chase to see how you react. That's one thing about, even though his record not very good right now, but 3-9, but he knows how to pitch.
And you know as well as I do, right now, all big league pitchers get 3 and 2 to throw a breaking ball. At least it seems like it. That's the one he's got to get right there.
Yeah, a little bit high, and I've seen him. What surprises me is his juice the other way.
Yeah.
He hit a home run at Yankee Stadium opposite field, and that's the biggest part of the ballpark over there.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with that. You talk about coming over here, Cody, he fit right in, and he's one of the older players on the team.
He's enjoyed being around these guys.
Pitch inside, didn't miss by much.
He really does. He's having a good time, and
it's a great atmosphere here.
I mean, out of all 4 of my boys, not that all of them don't like winning. This one loves winning and hates losing. I stay out of his lane when.
Nola delivers 2-2. Breaking ball swung on a miss. There it is.
That's what he's going to get. That's his pitch right now.
6 strikeout for Nola here tonight. 2 down, bases empty, and Kershaw bats.
When Cody came over again, he's talked about it. He says, I'm not surprised. He says, I just needed a chance to play.
Yeah.
And I think that's true for all players, and I guess we were just lucky that finally we were the spot where we were able to give him that runway.
It was a great fit, and we always had numbers or projecting numbers for him if he could get a chance to play more than twice a week. And, I mean, he's right. He comes in, he's like, anytime I say anything, he goes, Dad, everybody throws 100. And I go, I know, it's crazy. These guys chasing velocity so much. We still talk about, locating and doing things like that.
Strike 1 to Kershaw, and right back. This one missed outside, 1-1. People always ask me, they go, you couldn't hit today because everybody throws 100. I would have learned to hit 100 if that was the case. But we had Nolan Ryan. We had Roger Clemens. We had Joaquin Andujar. We had guys that were up there.
J.R. Richard.
Yes, that through that.
How about J.R. Richard with a shadow?
Yeah.
Good luck. When we're going to start at 3:05 today, and
that's the one where Dusty Baker said both catchers went to Tommy Lasorda and said, "Hey, I'm sick. I can't go."
Yeah.
He said, "We know why you don't want to go."
Yeah, like I said, big league hitters can put wood on a bullet. It really doesn't matter how hard you throw. If you can get your foot down and go.
Yep, 2-1 pitch. And down and away, 3-1.
Had you been here before to Field of Dreams?
I have not. First time. So we had this marked on the calendar. Actually, after the game, as soon as the game ends, Cody and I are going to do. I've got a little, for the listeners, a little tidbit. I've got a 1930s Red Sox uni I'm going to put on, and I'm going to come out and we're going to redo that scene. Before he gets on the bus and plane to head back, and then
play a little catch.
Yeah, we're gonna play a little catch, and so it should be fun. I'll be pretty emotional about it, but Yeah, it was. I got my 9-year-old grandboys here too. I'm Poppy Rocket to them, so they're gonna go out there with us. So we had this date circled on the calendar. I'll go back to Minnesota to watch the rest of this series, and then actually doing something fun. I won the Thurman Munson Award a few years back, and I'm going to present it this year. Their big foundation dinner, and so I get to present the Thurman Munson Award, which is really cool. Thurman was obviously a catcher that I would have loved to have thrown to. I said that to Yogi Berra when Yogi was my partner in the Bob Hope, and I would love the other one would be Johnny Bench.
Sure.
I would love to throw to Johnny Bench.
Keishel ends up walking, and now here comes Lee. Swings and lifts it high in the air, right field, on the warning track. Wind's going to push it back and put away there. Gave it a ride. You going to stick around half more than I have?
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll be back 5-1 Phillies on your home for Twins baseball.
In Middlesex County, innovation isn't just a big idea, it's a way of life. It's in our hospitals, where advanced treatments bring healing closer to home. It's in our classrooms, where students don't just dream, they prepare to lead. And it's in our streets, where smart investments make every commute safer and smoother. Because here, innovation doesn't wait, it works. For our families, our future, and our everyday lives. Innovation lives here. Learn more at discovermiddlesex.com/innovation.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best.
Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Northland Ford. Stop into your local Northland Ford dealer today for a full lineup of Ford vehicles. Checking in on the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Boston trying to avoid getting swept by Toronto today. It was a 1-0 game into the 8th until this.
Here's the pitch, and it is driven into left field. It is back and has gone. A slam for Durbin, and the Red Sox lead it 5-0. Who needs 10 fingers? Durbin, tone setting, and the Red Sox finally a big swing in Toronto.
Yeah, Red Sox score a bunch of runs late to win 7-0. In the game, Max Scherzer becomes the 137th pitcher to reach 3,000 innings. And how about the Red Sox lefty Peyton Tolley? 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. I'm sure Roger's gotten a look at the big fella in Boston.
The new pitcher is going to be Travis Adams, and that is night's over for Taj Bradley here. Going to go just 4 innings through 88 pitches. Gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, couple of home runs. He'll give way now. Adams, first batter he'll face will be Alec Baum. 5 runs, 7 hits for the Phillies. And the first pitch in there for a strike.
We just heard the highlight, Roger. Peyton Tolley, boy, he has been a revelation. Do you keep tabs on these young arms? They come up and kind of track how they develop?
They bring me in, Booney had me come into Yankee camp and visit with a couple of guys. A lot of the guys trying to learn to split finger and how they hold it. So a lot of guys now are hooking a seam, which that's a little
more stress on the elbow.
Yeah, a little stress on you. Got to be careful with that, And but I love visiting with the young guys for sure when they ask pointed questions.
No balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball away. Out number 1.
It's been fun for me watching the Twins because they play 27 outs.
Yes.
And they get together. Cody said the locker room, the clubhouse is awesome, which you have to have to have any kind of wild card or playoff run.
But he's part of that chemistry. He's part of the guy that has built that atmosphere in there.
Yeah,
he's in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
And are you surprised? We say he's our best first baseman. He's our best second baseman. He's our best corner outfielder. Yeah. Are you surprised at how well he plays defense?
Yeah, he's when he was little, he ran. I mean, if he was at short and the ball was hit, he would run and get the ball before the right fielder got it. I mean, that's the way he was when he was small. And, he's, like I said, he loves being around the guys. And he just wants to win, and I want him to win because I want him to experience playoff baseball as we know it.
Yep, that's the big dance you want to go to.
I think it's somebody like Trout.
Never been.
It's unbelievable. The career that the kid's had, and he's never going to experience that.
I think he's had one game. There's a ground ball past a diving Lee out into left field. Marsh picks up his first hit. He's walked his first 2 times up.
I mean, like even right now, I'm confident if they can keep it at 5 runs, they can get through this inning, keep it at 5-1. I still think these guys will chip away and make a game of it.
Are you on board with the ABS? How well would that have helped your game?
Yeah, I love the pitch clock because as you know, most guys know because I've said it a few times out there. But I called about 95% of my game from the mound with my looks when you were adjusting your batting gloves or looking at the third base coach. So that's why I loved it that I had catchers, wonderful catchers that made me look good, and they paid attention to detail. As far as the strike, I know they pinch them east-west now, which is okay with me. I would love to feature 95, 97 in the top of the zone and then have Mr. Splitty make an appearance down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, Danny doesn't like that idea.
Well, I remember it. And when they started to do the launch angle, at Remuto bats, kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. That's what they said. And to counter the launch angle, pitch up in the zone.
Yeah.
And they were doing that. But you did it before that.
Absolutely.
Foul.
And when I'm asked about hitters that cause me problems, the power guys really weren't. Everybody wants to hear, like a Greg Luzinski or Kingman. And when I was in my early 20s, all the way to Pujols or something, I'm going to give you one pretty good pitch to hit, and if you foul it off or miss it, I've got you. You were the ones that gave me trouble. You contact guys.
Yes, I would choke up on you.
I know. I know if I have a 10 or 12 pitch at bat with you, I'm in trouble. Because now, I know it sounds strange, because now I'm not getting to the 7th or 8th inning, maybe 9th inning. If I have one at bat with you that you stretch me out to 11 or 12 pitches, I'm in trouble. And especially if you come up and do it again to me, 9 or 10, I'm not getting to the 7th inning now.
Pitch count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Fly ball, shallow right field, Keyshaw there. He'll wait for that to come down and now puts that one away. 2 down, number 9 hitter Crawford.
I would love it when they would, what I call the kitty litter in front, when somebody would water it down too much, the kitty litter, and I throw the 2-seamer in there, and I want you to hit it in the kitty litter through the Velcro. And we played in Wrigley against Maddox. They'd let the grass, U.S. Open rough.
Yeah, they would leave it high for
and the announcers, you guys would say, in the kitty litter through the Velcro, double play.
Or Sparky in Detroit.
Oh, man, I guarantee you couldn't see your ankles in that grass.
What was the old saying that they couldn't have a father-son game because they'd lose the kids in the infield grass?
Well, they had that because it was Trammell and Whitaker.
That's it.
They wanted the ball to slow down. They kept them around so long.
100%.
We're at the top of the 5th, number 9 hitter Crawford. Check swing, didn't go around. What do you miss most about the game?
Oh, man. I don't think I missed a lot because during little milestones or things that happened, all my catchers and teammates that have my cell phone or call or leave a message or a cool text, on a 20 strikeout anniversary or something like that. So, and then when I get to see them again in a golf tournament or in a situation like this, to see the guys and check in. So,
did you get to talk to any of the Hall of Famers that came in here?
I talked to a couple of them early when I was at the other field down there by the house, and they all kind of
ground ball, base hit into left field.
They thought it was cool as here, but then they put 2 and 2 together and realized Cody was here. And I said, yeah, I'm not just coming out here to have a little roasted corn.
Well, here's Schwarber to bat. He got 2 homers tonight already. He's driven in 3 of the 5. So Adams will be tested here. I always like how the pitchers kind of, you get one of these premier hitters, you find out how they're going to go about and attacking here and see what Adams wants to do. with Schwarber here.
Well, and you pitch guys a little different. I mean, once you get down to late September and it's a possible opportunity to get into the playoffs, or once you're in the playoffs, like I told an Aaron Judge or Jordan, how you're going to pitch these guys in the playoffs.
High in the air, center field. Wynn's going to hold this one up as Buck puts that one away. They strand 2. We're through 4.5, 5-1 Phillies, and Roger Clemens. I want to thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming
good seeing
around.
you guys. Yeah,
we'll be back. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
In baseball, range can make all the difference. That extra step to field a ball, make the throw, and get the out. In life, Burnett gives you that same advantage, helping you keep potential threats at a distance with easy-to-use, less lethal protection effective up to 60 feet away. Stay in control without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Swing and a drive to deep left field. Back goes Castro. It is gone. The Royals needed 2. They got 4 on a walk.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
The bottom half of the 5th inning, Twins trailing 5-1. It'll be number 9 hitter Kalen Culpepper, and then top of the order, Trevor Larnach, Byron Buxton. Twins with 4 hits so far tonight. 1 run, that was a Luke Keeschel home run. His 7th of the year, and Culpepper takes this one down and away, ball 1. 73 pitches for Nola. He's been cruising along, 6 strikeouts. He's walked 1. Other than the home run, just 3 singles. Nothing really hit hard. Righty delivers. Drops a breaking ball in there for a strike. Culpepper getting the start here tonight. 1 home run on the year. He's driven in 2. He is now 1 for his last 12. Lights are on here, and I know Major League Baseball insists that they have, at least for the infielders, Major League quality lights, and it looks bright now. Swung on a missed on a bender. Other than Schwarber, ball's been hit to right field, center field. Wind has really kind of pushed it up. What was cool here is the cornstalk. You can see the wind and blowing the cornstalk. Pretty good scene. Pitch high, laid off.
Really, you hear the song Amber Waves of Grain? Like, that's what we're looking at. The corn, really a rippling, almost water-like effect.
Yeah. And they've got drones flying around here, so they're giving you different looks as well from around this ballpark. Here's 2-2 on the way. Foul down the right field line.
Now, obviously, Schwarber, monster power, Danny, but I think Lee's home run was knocked down by the wind. I thought that would have been a home run.
Yep. Let's pause 10 seconds, allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. And the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. So Culpepper's heads back. Strikeout number 7. And here's Larnach to bat. He has 2 hits tonight. Hit a rocket his first time up to right field, and then flared one into left field, 2 for 2. Buxton in the on-deck circle. Buck activated today. And when the teams came out and lined up on the chalk line, pulled foul. The players weren't introduced, but Byron and Schwarber got to read a little testament to the fans here about what was going on and how proud they are to be here. How proud Buxton is to represent the Twins, as was Schwarber with the Phillies.
And that was the precursor to the Hall of Famers coming in.
Yes. Larnach watches this one go low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that was quite the scene. Not only you see great players with the Twins uniform on, Phillies, but all those Hall of Famers. And a pitch. Pulled foul again, and it started off third base side. Who'd we have? Jim Cott.
I think the first 3 were Cott, Maurer,
Blyleven,
and then Molly.
And then Paul Molitor.
Though he had to wear a Brewers jersey. He threatened to bring a Twins one, but they had him in a Brewers uniform.
Well, he went in the Hall of Fame as a Brewer,
he
didn't he?
Yeah. And the Phillies were kind of over on the first base side.
Yes.
And it was Schmidt and Carlton side by side. And, a guy like Jim Tomei was in a Cleveland uniform. He played for both clubs.
But he also went in, I think, as an Indian or Guardian. And a pitch. Swung on and missed. Chased a high fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's 8 now. For the right-hander, Nola. And that'll get Byron Buxton to the plate. Season high punch-outs for Nola's 9. His career high is 12. He did that at Tampa. Has 8 here tonight. And Buck. Ground ball third base. It's fair, and it's missed by the third baseman out into left field. Byron glides into second base. It'll go as a base hit. But Stout, he backed up on it and just kind of jabbed at it. And even if he fields it, that's a tough out to get at first base.
I think we're seeing Byron kind of what you see often without the rehab appearance, a lot of those pulled ground balls, and then as he gets kind of more into his game timing again, Danny, he starts to lift that ball to left.
Yeah, a little bit. The first time up, popped up to the catcher. Then he had a ground ball to the third baseman. So that's where he's going good, is when he's pulling the ball, even though he's got some juice to go the other way. And we need a 2-out base hit here. Trailing 5-1, Jeffers bats. He had an infield base hit his first time up. And a pitch. Strike on the corner. Snuck the fastball by him. How about Nolan Ryan talking about more breaking balls now? They want to get to 3-2 so they can throw the hook.
Roger? Yeah.
Roger wasn't like that.
Yeah, I don't think he was looking.
He didn't go 3-2 on too many people.
No, he did not.
Jeffers in the box. Buck at second. And a pitch. Line down the left field line. That's going to go foul. Hung him a breaking ball.
I'll tell you where I totally agree with Roger Clemens is this is a team, we're down 5-1 here, the Twins. Pick one up here.
Yeah.
Pick one up. This is a team that is not dead in the water late by any stretch of the imagination. They've hit some balls hard. You just got to get the stops, and this offense will grind you back into it.
We've seen it all year that, yes, Twins do score late in ball games. Biggest inning is the 4th. 82 runs. This one missed outside. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Ball and 2 strikes to Jeffers. Buck, pretty good lead at second. Left fielder Marsh deep in the left. Missed up and away, evens it up 2-2. What they say, about 8,000 they hold here, and it is jam-packed. And outside the stadium also, they've got some cool venues. They've got a souvenir store, a lot of hay bales, picnic area. Check swing didn't go. And out 3 balls and 2 strikes. See if he goes to the hook. Josh Bell would bat next. Nola about to throw his 89th pitch and now steps off. Pitch clock was getting down there, and Nola stepped off to and reload that clock. Big pitch here, 3-2 on the way. They break him on, he walked him. Tried to get him to chase, didn't. Second walk issued by Nola. Now that'll get Bell to the plate.
This is a guy who can get the Twins right back into it with one swing of the bat, Josh Bell.
Pitching coach Caleb Cotham to the mound to talk to, give him a little bit of a breather here. Nola reset him.
Gather the whole infield there. And again, with 2 quick strikeouts and then the double and a walk. Not too much in terms of, strategy as much as just trying to calm him down, I think.
The Phillies got a left-hander, I believe, warming right now in their bullpen. Their bullpen located in right center field. Twins is in left center field.
Try to get a read on who that is. Difficult sight lines. But I believe is Tim Meza, which would be perfect for a game in a cornfield to have a reliever named Meza.
Bell in the box. So far tonight, Bell with a strikeout and a ground out. 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Turned out to be a gorgeous night here. Landed in rain. And that had to have been, that runway is probably shorter than the one at Midway. And a pitch. Missed down and away, running for sinker. Well, you fly into here in one of these big jets, make sure you check the brakes.
That is a brake check situation.
Byron at second, you got Jeffers at first, 2 down. Bell bats. And here it is. Missed inside with a fastball. Trying to be just a little bit too fine to Bell. Got a dangerous Royce Lewis in the on-deck circle. Bell batting left-handed. And that one missed inside. Breaking ball.
We're not giving in, staying with that hook.
Bell not even taking a look down third base, see if he's got the green light here.
John Deere green light.
He can lay it in there. And here it is. And he does just that, and it's taken by Bell. Aaron Nola, 3-9 on the year, ERA about 5.5. Giving up 30 home runs this year, leads the league. And a pitch, breaking ball, that missed down. So back-to-back 2-out walks, and that'll get Lewis to the plate.
Royce ripped one at Trey Turner, a line drive that Turner caught in his first at-bat, struck out in the 4th, but what a big moment for a guy who's been one of the Twins' best hitters last couple of months.
And we saw last time, Lewis struck out, a lot of breaking balls, and Lewis tried to hold up on one down into the dirt, and was called out, said he went around.
The wind blowing in from right that knocked down the Brooks Lee ball, but power here for Royce is to left.
Yes.
No wind there.
First pitch on the way. Swung on and missed on a breaking ball. Royce, 17 home runs. And a pitch. And, high strike call, boy. Lewis not sure on that one now. Didn't challenge it. Now in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Crowd come to life. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Chased in the dirt. So he leaves them loaded. And that is strikeout number 9. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Phillies 5, Twins 1 on your home for Twins Baseball.
In baseball, range can make all the difference. That extra step to field the ball, make the throw, and get the out. In life, Burnett gives you that same advantage, helping you keep potential threats at a distance with easy-to-use, less lethal protection effective up to 60 feet away. Stay in control without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to step up to the plate to see if you can guess which baseball player or manager said the following.
I was in 3 great situations with great coaches, great people around, been taught, and I believe the way to accept this tremendous honor is as a representative of all those mentors, coaches, and members of the
Well, back here at Field of Dreams, guess we can call it Field of Dreams Ballpark. Twins trailing 5-1. Andrew Adams back out for a second inning of relief. As Travis delivers first pitch, missed inside, ball 1. Trey Turner, the batter, he has 1 hit. 2 at-bats, official at-bats. And there's a high strike call.
Just need to keep it at 5. Keep it 5-1 as we saw in the last half inning. The Twins are going to have opportunities offensively.
As Adams delivers, that one's popped up right side. Lewis there, Lewis calling. And Royce reaches up, puts that one away. There's 1 out on a little pop-up.
Talked about Cody Clemens spikes and the color of the skies above Field of Dreams. And Danny, now the night has fallen. You really see it. It's a kind of a reflective, almost iridescent blue here in Iowa. There's a film of cloud cover, and it is quite spectacular.
I've never seen the standard lights out here in left field, left center, right field, right center. They have some uplighting.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Harper. Harper, IBI single last time up.
It's a great point. About 20 feet up off the ground, there are lights pointed up at an angle. Then at the top of the standard, pointed down, and it creates a big diamond of light at each of the towers.
And the light standard's not very tall. Harper watches this one go by for a strike. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Harper back out in right field with the addition of Luis Ariz, who's in the on-deck circle. It kind of moves the players around. Ground ball right side. To Harper, right to Lewis. He'll take it himself and retire Harper. One thing about Harper, he's going to run hard until he is out at first base, and good hustle there. I want to say there was a time somebody didn't hustle, and Harper was the first one to greet him when he came in the dugout. Here's Ariz. He has 2 hits tonight already. He came in. He was 1 for his last 13. And Adams delivers, missed outside.
Does he look any different to you, Arise,
No.
in terms of his stance? He looks like the exact same guy.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't aged a day.
You know, I would love to see a minor league scouting report on him when he was coming up as to if they projected him to be this contact type hitter. As he just kind of stands there like a statue and takes it over the plate for a strike.
Well, I can remember doing a minor league update when he was a minor leaguer winning the Midwest League batting title, doing just this, spraying the ball all over the place.
And that one's down and away.
Then the next year he went to Fort Myers, and the first ball he hit, he was hustling down the line, and he hit the bag funny, and he blew his knee out. Cost him a year. And when he got back, all he did was hit all the way to the big leagues.
He's got great hands, great hand-eye coordination, can hit some bad balls. And go ahead and let him do that all day. That's a fly ball in the center field. And Buck calls and catches, and Adams with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Going to the bottom of the 6th, it's the Phillies 5, Twins 1 on your home for Twins baseball.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Guess who said the following?
Once I caught it, I didn't know Bryce made it around second. I thought he was halfway, and I just had to get it in before he got there. But I guess everybody was in the right spot, right time, and made the play to end it.
That's Michael Harris II after his amazing leaping catch double play to seal the victory in Game 2 of the 2023 NLDS. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Alex back in the box, taps the plate, points the bat at the pitcher, and waits. The 3-2. Swing and a drive down the left field line. This one's got a chance. Curling, gone! It's gone! Alex Gonzalez has done it in the bottom of the 12th inning in Game 4, and the Marlins have tied this series at 2 games apiece.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an... You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, heading on down to the Farm Minor League update. Fort Myers Mighty Muscles, they claimed a victory in style last night over Clearwater. Carson Tenney, he launched a walk-off 2-run home run in the 9th, giving the Fort Myers a 6-5 victory. Here, a new pitcher for the Phillies. It's going to be the left-hander Brooks Raley. First batter he faces will be Cody Clemens. First pitch on a corner for a strike. Cody tonight 0 for 2 punch-outs. Nola, it's 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. That was a solo homer by Keyshaw. This pitch inside almost hit him. He had 3 walks. 2 of them came in that 5th inning when he had the bases loaded. And he tied a season-high punch-outs with 9.
Raley came over from the Mets at the trade deadline. Former teammate with Minter there.
Pitch high and away. Well, the Mets dumped a lot of players, didn't they? Mm-hmm. They kind of cashed out.
Raley was a Twins minor leaguer for a moment before moving on and has had some big league success. Real solid bullpen arm.
2-1 pitch. Lifted down the left field line. Long run. Marsh still drifting. Now that foul territory. And that's a foul ball. And that ball carried.
Left field. I think it's carrying a little bit. You talked about Cody's power the other way. That one just a little slice into foul territory there, but Marsh was hugging the corn line there into the corner. You mentioned Carson Tenney in the minor league update. He's a Texas Longhorn like Cody and Roger, who was wearing the Horns gear up here, and Tenney, the second player drafted after Von Lackey, also a catcher known for big power, having a big power day.
You know how tough it is for a player that competed against Roger Clemens and then have to sit here and be nice to him? Swung and miss. Boy, chase something down and away. So out number 1. Third strikeout for Clemens here tonight.
I thought you played very, very nicely, Danny.
Well, he's not here
did.
now.
I will spill the beans that as soon as we turn the mics off, you said, "You're lucky I didn't bring up the time I took you deep off the pesky pole."
Yeah. And I told him to go look it up. Here's Keyshaw. Pitch down and in.
He said it didn't count because it was a pesky pole.
Yeah, he did say that. What is it? 216 down there? Still a home run.
It's in the book.
Keyshaw laces this down the left field line. That's going to be double. Keyshaw around first. Marsh going to get it back into the infield, and it's a big turn at second by Keyshaw. He's going to hold up there, 1 out double.
Boy, did he buggy whip that ball into the left field corner or what? What a pretty swing from Luke Keyshaw.
You remember when he was struggling a little bit and everything he was hitting to right field, kind of that chicken arm where he got underneath it and lazy fly balls? And he got somebody put something in his ear and pull the ball. You need to start getting top hand and then hooking it a little bit. And he started to take off. And right there, perfect example of getting on top. Here's Brooks Lee. He'll turn around bat right-handed and takes it in there. Strike 1. Getting late, bottom of the 6th, down 5-1.
Boy, I thought Brooks should pull him closer back in the 4th inning. I thought he had a 2-run homer.
Missed outside 1-1.
That wind blowing in from right all day long kind of held it up. You got to be Schwarber strong to get it out there.
Yeah, he's hit 2 tonight. Culpepper in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on. Ground ball, third base foul. Phillies have a right-hander warming. Twins bullpen looks quiet right now. Travis Adams came on for Taj, and there's strike 3 looking, boy. Brooks Lee did not swing the bat. There's strikeout number 2. 2 down, 1 on. Taj Bradley tonight just really didn't have it. 9-4 on the year, but 4 innings, 6 hits, touched up for a couple of home runs. Bradley walked 4. And not sure this meeting's about. Pitching coach out talked to his left-hander Rayleigh. Culpepper tonight 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. But Bradley from the first inning seemed like he was fighting the mound a little bit and the landing area and pushing off on the rubber. And really, 8 men batted in that 2-run first inning. Had 2 walks in the inning. Didn't get his first strikeout till Crawford leading off the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, we talked about the difficulties for the starters, but obviously Nola didn't have those difficulties. And again, maybe you're talking about a young guy and a more experienced pitcher who's maybe been through more, but it was not Taj's night from the get-go.
No, the scouting report on Nola, he lived up to it. And a swing and a miss. And that was, he'll spot his fastball and a lot of breaking balls. And he did that pretty good here tonight.
Yeah, he's seen the Twins twice now, last September and today. 13 innings, 2 runs, 18 strikeouts.
You know, and you look at his numbers coming in, 3-9 with a 5.5 ERA. Giving up 30 home runs and a swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. And no balls and 2 strikes to Culpepper.
Kalen has won for his last 13 with 8 punch-outs since homering in his second big league at bat. So he has been strikeout prone, trying to find his big league footing offensively.
Just needs to put the ball in play. Ground ball, weakly hit to the shortstop. Better hurry, he can run. And Story comes up in time. Boy, he makes that play look easy on a slow roller past the mound. They get 1 hit, leave 1 on. We're 6 complete. And it's all Phillies. They're up 5-1. We'll be back on your home for Twins Baseball.
baseball, range can make all the difference. That extra step to feel the ball, make the throw, and get the out. In life, Burnett gives you that same advantage, helping you keep potential threats at a distance with easy-to-use, less lethal protection effective up to 60 feet away. Stay in control without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Who do you want to be? That guy in Florida playing backgammon? Or the Chelsea fixture still turning heads? And you know how the Chelsea guy did it. He never left. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
It's time to step up to the plate and see if you can guess which baseball player or manager said the following.
I'm so honored to ride with these guys. They inspire me with how resilient they've been. But to get this call, be part of this, I know how blessed I am. I can't thank these guys enough.
That's Bruce Bochy, after he managed the Texas Rangers in their first World Series title in team history. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, don't forget the series against the Phillies. It's going to continue at Target Field on Saturday and Sunday. Check out Iowa Game-inspired experience, plus happy hour deals on Saturday and kids on Sunday. Don't forget, make your plans. They get to run the bases afterwards. Go to twins.com/tickets. Top of the seventh, 5-1 Phillies. Here's Chris.
All right, thank you, Danny. Travis Adams has done a nice job. Couple of zeros here, back out for third inning of work. He faces Stott, and the first pitch to Stott is just wide, 1 ball, no strikes. It's a great point you make that as exciting as this is, it's not just a one-off. These clubs will meet for a couple more days, and you have a chance to see them at Target Field on Saturday and Sunday as a pitch down, 2-0. And both teams really looking and needing series wins. The Phillies are in danger of falling out of a current playoff spot. They're kind of hovering in a crowded National League, and the Twins, of course, clamoring around in both the division and the wild card race. Hard foul ball up the first base line. It's 2-1.
Phillies will find a way to get there.
I have no doubt.
Okay.
I have faith in this team.
9.5 behind Atlanta. Atlanta's just taking off right now.
Yeah, I think it was a 4-game difference at the All-Star break. Mm-hmm. And Atlanta just said, oh, okay, extra gear. Whoosh.
They've won 7 out of their last 10. Atlanta has.
Stott takes a strike, and it's 2-2. And we'll see Atlanta after Philadelphia.
Yep.
So
Atlanta, good ticket if you got one.
Atlanta will come in after the Phillies. So the Phillies will leave town and then wish the Twins the best of luck as soon as they exit.
But then the Twins head out West Coast.
Red hot San Diego team.
Padres are one of the hotter teams right now.
Yeah, no easy games.
They've won 5 in a row.
It's not supposed to be easy this time of year. Pitch to Stott, spun out in front of home plate.
In front of home plate. Jeffers just picks it up and...
Yeah, lobs it down to first. That's the one that gets you, I know, in your heart and your soul, because that's the one you wish you'd missed. Like you just swung, and well, I mean, it would have been a strikeout here anyway, but you just feel like you left something and didn't get your at-bat.
There was one time in spring training, I was with the Tigers, and I bunted a ball, tried to get a bunt down the first base line, and it went about that far. And the catcher came out, I was going, and he went to go pick it up, and I kicked it. So automatically I'm out, but I was going to be out anyway.
Here's Alec Bohm, swing and miss, and the count 0-1. What did the catcher do? Do you remember who it was?
No, it was against Cincinnati. So whoever that catcher was, but
so that wasn't in the instructional video.
Well, I was going to be out, and I just frustrated.
0-1 is inside, 1-1. Bohm is the hitter. Brandon Marsh is on deck. It's 5-1 Phillies. It's been the Schwarber show, as he has hit a couple of home runs, one off the glove of a leaping Keyshawn Wright. Keyshawn a homer of his own tonight as a pitch fouled up into the net, 1-2. Nola was really good. Bradley struggled. That's kind of the long and the short of it. Night has fallen here over the cornfields of Iowa. What a lovely setting, and what a marvelous showpiece for Major League Baseball. So fortunate the Twins get to be a part of it.
Bob's over at first base now, but he was a third baseman, and they feel going on first. A little bit bigger target over there.
And Stott's really good at third.
Yeah, well, he's good at second, too.
He's good everywhere. His one foul back. Oh, that would have been ours if not for the net. The count is 1-2. Yeah, they love Stott. And obviously Trey Turner's not moving off of shortstop. And
no.
Stott locks down that hot corner. Of course, the greatest to ever do that in a Philly uniform is in the building tonight.
You talking about Larry Boa?
I'm talking about Michael Jack Schmidt at third base.
Boa's a hurt, too.
Did you see Larry wandering around?
He's here.
Boa, we were so happy to catch up with him in Philly last fall because he'll come out and he'll be in that cage all day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
He can hit a fungo real good. He's a special coach.
Teacher.
Didn't he manage the Phillies, too, at one point?
He did. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeffers sets up away. And the pitch is hit high in the air to left center field. Larnach racing after it, back to the 380 sign, and it's off the wall. Bounces off the hardwood, picked up by Buxton, rallies it back to Clemens, but it'll be a stand-up double for Alec Bohm, who hit it off the barnwood in left center field on a hop. It's the 10th hit for the Phillies tonight, and there's a man at second base with just 1 out for Marsh. It's funny, we talked about our vantage point. We're low down. When the fans in front of us stand up, the heads are right there. But you can't help but notice as people are walking along the concourse, because you look down and you're like, oh, that's Cal Ripken. Oh, there goes Paul Molitor. Oh, I think that's Raleigh Fingers. And it's one after the other. Pitch nubbed off the end of the bat towards the third base coach's box, and it's 0-1 to Brandon Marsh.
Marsh has that long hair, and I was curious because it looks like he's got like 1030 weight oil in it. And I asked somebody, and they said no, he just waters it down.
Yep, he does water it down, though, like the infield before a game. Got the big bushy beard as well. Well deserving of his all-star nod this year, and he swings and misses at an off-speed pitch 0-2.
They had another right fielder. Was it Worth?
Jason Worth.
Yeah, that used to... Similar look.
He had that caveman look going on, and Marsh is beloved in Philly by the fans because of that. And when we were there, they had a Brandon Marsh denim night, and I don't know if he loves to wear jeans or jean jackets, but everybody in that section
got to wear denim.
Had a fake beard, and they wore all denim. Canadian tuxedos for everyone. 0-2 pitch here to Marsh. It's on the way, and it's down low, and it's 1-2. And there were jean jackets.
What do you call it? A Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah, Canadian tuxedo. The button-ups, denim, the jeans shorts, whatever it was denim. And they all had the big, long, fake beards and were holding Marsh signs. They love them. Ball and 2 strikes. Adams looking in at Marsh. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air to right field. Down into the corner. Keyshaw chasing after it. It's into the corn for a home run. Brandon Marsh hits the third Phillies home run of the night, and it's 7-1 Philadelphia. He went down and got it, and off the bat, it just had a different sound, and that one in amongst the husks and the kernels.
Kind of an off-speed pitch, and he just kind of, like you said, broke down. And he actually one-handed that ball out of the ballpark.
Well, he's a big, strong man. Phillies fans are loving it. Here's Realmuto, the number 8 hitter. As the lefty Rogers is up in the pen. This one off the fist into shallow right. Long run in for Keyshaw. He'll get there and make the catch. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Crawford will bat. Marsh connecting for the 17th time this year. Schwarber has hit 36 and 37. Here comes Derek Shelton. And with the lefty Crawford due to bat, we are due a pitching change. This pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, a GF brand. Count on Uponor for plumbing that performs. We've got a scoreboard update with John Vitas next on your home for Twins Baseball.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Home Field Advantage, a new benefit exclusively for My Twins season ticket members. Earn 15% credit back on every game you attend, plus an additional 5% bonus credit every time the Twins win. Learn more at twins.com/homefieldadvantage.
Out of town scoreboard update brought to you by Northland Ford. Stop into your local Northland Ford dealer today for a full lineup of Ford vehicles. Handful of afternoon games today, including the Reds and the White Sox. Davis Martin ejected in the third inning after hitting Sal Stewart with a pitch, and the Reds took advantage against long reliever Eric Fetty.
Outfield plays him straight away. The pitch. Stevenson swings, and he sends one high in the air. It's deep to left. Antonacci back at the wall, out of room, and it's gone. A 3-run home run. Tyler Stevenson. It is a 4-run fourth for the Reds. 8-4 Cincinnati.
White Sox would make it close late with 3 runs in the final couple of innings, but Julian Garcia nails down the save, and the Reds beat the White Sox 9-8. With that loss from Chicago, the Twins are now within 3 games of first place in the Central, fellas.
Yeah, maybe a ripple effect there, too. You mentioned Fetty had to come in and throw, and he was scheduled to actually start. And so now they'll have to do some shuffling around in that rotation as Davis Martin ejected early in that ball game. Taylor Rogers is on to pitch, the veteran left-hander, facing the lefty Justin Crawford. Crawford is 1 for 3 tonight. He's just 3 for his last 13. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Phillies. 3 of them home runs, 2 for Schwarber and 1 for Marsh. All of them into the corn and right. Crawford versus Rogers. Taylor delivers, and the first pitch over for a strike. Taylor had a rough go of it a couple of outings ago, and after throwing 30 pitches, I love that Shelty went right back to him the very next day. And he gave him a 1-2-3 inning. This one popped up into shallow center. Buxton's there, and Rogers throws just 2 pitches to get out of the 7th inning. We're going to stretch here at the Field of Dreams. It's been a dream night for Kyle Schwarber and company. They lead 7-1. We're back after this on your home for Twins baseball.
In a winning lineup, every player has a unique role, different positions, different strengths, all ready when the moment calls for them. The same is true for personal safety. That's why Byrna offers easy-to-use, less lethal launchers, sprays, and alarms, giving you different levels of protection without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection options at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Who do you want to be? That guy in Florida playing backgammon? Or the Chelsea fixture still turning heads? And you know how the Chelsea guy did it. He never left. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best.
Let's get to the Pilot Games real impact from this one. When you play Pilot Games, your community wins. First time the Phillies and Twins have ever played in the state of Iowa, and Taj Bradley, the Twin starter, ran into trouble right away. Kyle Schwarber, a leadoff home run to give the Phillies a 1-0 lead. And then later in the inning, Bryson Stott an RBI single. Bradley faced 8 batters in the first and had to throw 32 pitches. He settled down for zeros in the second and third, while Luke Keeschall got the Twins a run closer on a solo homer. Bradley had 2 outs with a man on in the fourth, but then this happened.
Hit high in the air right field. And it is, oh my gosh. Keeschall jumped up, it hit his glove, and then went over the fence. Keeschall gliding along the fence, got near the foul pole, and jumped up. It hit his glove, and then caromed over the fence for a 2-run homer. And it's 4-1 Phillies.
Phillies would add another run in that inning. Bradley charged with 5 earned. His ERA goes up to 3.98. Brandon Marsh, a home run in the 7th to add to the Phillies' lead. They've got themselves a 7-1 lead at the 7th inning stretch. Dan Gladden will join me to talk about all of this on the postgame download later on tonight, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Jonathan Bolin, right-hander, is on to pitch. Big righty facing Trevor Larnach, and the first pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Larnach is 2 for 3. Bolin under his first career save on Monday night. He's appeared in 45 games, and he's put up very impressive numbers. Bolin is pitched with 2.74 ERA as Larnach launches to deep left center field. First ball for Crawford, and he runs underneath it out in that spacious gap for out number 1. Bolin 2-1 at 2.74 and 53 punch-outs in just 42 2/3 innings.
He's a big drink of water out on the mound, isn't he?
Oh, he's gigantic. 29 years of age, got to be at least 6'6". He's out of Bartlett, Tennessee, and the University of Memphis. Facing Buxton. Buxton's 1 for 3 with a ground ball double, and he swings and fouls one up into the top of the net, and the count is 0-1 on that one. And we've been, again, talking about the timing, Danny. It's not as easy as just jumping in.
No.
Not only has he been injured and unable to go through his regular routine, he just hasn't had live at-bats.
And it's where the injury, the right hip. You really need that to kind of push off and swing and torque.
0-1's wide, 1-1, but that last swing was a sign that it's in there.
And we saw it when he was struggling. He come in here, was 0 for 17, went 0 for 19, and finally was able to turn on one.
Watches that one off the plate away. Good take. So the eye is sharp, 2-1. Yeah, you could see when he came back after the All-Star game that it just wasn't Byron. There. And he played through a ton of pain, finally took the injection, and he's back for the last 40 games, try to lead this club. Watches down and away again, 3-1.
Chris, wasn't there a time that he really aggravated it when he slid into second base and jarred that hip?
Yeah, I want to say it was New York, maybe. As Buxton swings, I think we're going to be joined by Twins legend and Baseball Hall of Famer Joe Mauer as Byron takes a strike 3-2. Joe, it's Chris and Danny. How are you?
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Are you somewhere in the cornfield?
I'm out in the stands. It actually feels pretty good. I haven't been out here in a while.
What was it like coming through the corn with your fellow Hall of Famers tonight?
It was great. It was pretty cool. Even just kind of gathering back there and seeing the current players come through and interacting with us old guys was a lot of fun. And
did you say old guys? Are you kidding me?
I feel it, Danny. I feel like it. But no, just to see, that's the thing. Baseball just connects generations, and to see that unfolding right here in a sacred place, it was really special.
Buxton pops up to Turner, and that's going to leave Jeffers with 2 outs. And, you brought Chip with you, and you mentioned this is a sacred place, and baseball ties generations together. I would imagine pretty emotional day for you with your son as close as you were with your dad.
Yeah, it's just being out here, and it kind of slows everything down, and you just kind of reflect on everything and in your journey, and how much all those people, your dad, your grandpa, brothers, it's just your whole family. You share this love of the game, and like I said, it just connects the generations, and it really is a family sport. It's our sport. And, to be here on an iconic ground, where they filmed the movie Field of Dreams, and to kind of make it come to life. I think
you got to play catch with your son on that field.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. We had a nice little moment. I think Mike Schmidt, he said when he walked out of the corn, he felt like he was in a movie, and he kind of hit the nail right on the head. It's been a wonderful day, and I'm glad the weather cooperated for us.
Jeffers banged a base hit back up the middle, and now Bell fouls one away, 0-1. I have to ask you, if you were playing in this ballpark, would you take your base hit to left center? Would you try to jack one into the corner?
No, I would not try to go to right field, I'll tell you that. But, yeah, I'd try to. There's a lot of green out there in the outfield, so I'd try to go gap to gap. But, some of those big boys snuck a couple homers down the line, so pretty good.
Yeah, you need a bigger cornfield to keep Schwarber inside it.
Exactly.
What do you think of the ballpark and the look of it?
I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then, obviously having the opportunity to...
This ball to left center field, over the head of Marsh, and he reached up and grabbed it just in front of the corn for the out. Well, Joe, almost a little magic, and it would have been to left center, which would have been perfect. You enjoy the rest of your night with Chip and your fellow baseball greats, and we'll see you later.
Well, thank you, guys. It's been a great day. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us, Joe Mauer. That's Joe Mauer. Twins get a man on, then fly out to the wall here to end the 7th. We're at the Field of Dreams. Right now, it's coming up Phillies, 7-1 after 7 on your home for Twins baseball.
Guess who said the following?
I just didn't want to come out. The guys kept fighting. I got to congratulate the Atlanta Braves. What a great series. I mean, they fought us tooth and nail. Perseverance, I guess. I just didn't want to quit, and somehow we figured out a way to win this thing.
That's Jack Morris after outdueling John Smoltz in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Do you know the following baseball slang? Today's phrase is golden sombrero. Do you know what it means? Golden sombrero, when a player strikes out 4 times in a game.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider upstairs, and Garcia has the golden sombrero, much to the delight of the crowd at Minute Maid Park. 1 away.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Snakes, zombies, public.
Taylor Rogers back out here in the 8th. He'll get the lefty Schwarber. Then Trey Turner to the righty. Then there's lefties Harper and Arise. Touching moment here at the Field of Dreams as they honor a couple of young soldiers from the state of Iowa, one from Marshalltown, one from Des Moines, who passed away in service of our country here recently, and a moment of silence held for them. We came through, I mentioned the small town of Farley, Iowa, and what's noteworthy about Farley, you come right down the main street, and on every single light pole, there is a fully flushed out banner honoring servicemen and women, and from years gone by, going back to World War I, World War II, and on up. And every single street light in that beautiful community honoring a service member. Here's Kyle Schwarber. He's been the star of the night. And the first pitch from Rogers in for a strike. It was a sweeper. It had him jumping out of the way and then slithered right across the big white part of the plate. 2 homers for Schwarber. He has 37 to lead the big leagues. Rogers delivers, and he came upstairs, and he swing and miss 0-2. Schwarber now 377 home runs. He has faced Taj Bradley 4 times. He's 3 for 4 with 3 homers. One tonight off the glove of Keyshaw. Now, in fairness to Luke, he was up over the wall trying to catch it. It's not like he knocked it over the wall. It would have been an amazing play by Luke Keyshaw. 2 wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appreciate Joe Mauer joining us. We had sent Drew Albertson out roaming with our wireless microphone to try to track down some folks, and Joe was kind enough to step away briefly from, as he put it, watching the game in the stands for the first time in a while. As a called strike 3, inside corner, Taylor Rogers rings up Schwarber. Attaboy. There's 1 away. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Trey Turner's now the hitter. Beautiful night here in Iowa. Grounds one down to Culpepper, who scoops it up, and he throws to first, and he throws a strike. Boy, that one hit Royce Lewis right in the chest. That was a beautifully executed throw by Culpepper, with Turner gliding up the line. 2 quick outs. Harper will bat. Well, you know, the iconic movie Field of Dreams, which started all of this, well, it really started with the Kinsella novel, turned into a beautiful movie. And at the end, the iconic scene is, you know, she tells her dad, yeah, they'll come, and you look up in the headlights, and they're coming from miles and miles away through the dark. And I can't help but think of that as all of these people have to leave here tonight, and there's like one road as a strike is called, and it's 0-1. And I feel like we're going to watch the movie in reverse, Danny, and it's going to be just taillights off into the distance. 0-1 to Harper is check swing. He went 0-2. But we were watching him come in today.
Well, we got a little bit of a drive on some one-lane roads.
Yeah, look out for deer.
Well,
look out for deer hopping out of the corn rows.
We had an escort here. I just wonder if we're going to get it on the way back.
0-2 is in there for a called strike 3. Taylor Rogers have a night. 4 up, 4 down, a couple of punch-outs looking. And he got Schwarber and Harper. No shrinking violets there. Nice job for Taylor. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Twins need some runs. They're down 7-1 on the home for Twins baseball.
In a winning lineup, every player has a unique role, different positions, different strengths, all ready when the moment calls for them. The same is true for personal safety. That's why Byrna offers easy-to-use, less lethal launchers, sprays, and alarms, giving you different levels of protection without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection options at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Swung on, line to deep left field. It is gone! You should see the celebration out of the Indians.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
The beautifully named Orion Kerkering is on to pitch. He's had some really, really good times for the Phillies. He's also taken a lot of heat from Philly fans at times. Kid's got very good stuff. And the right-hander is going to face Royce Lewis, then Cody Clemens and Luke Keyshaw. He's 6-1 this year with an ERA at 3.88, 50 outings. So he's been a workhorse, 51 strikeouts and 46 in the third, but he has walked 26 and hit 4. So he can be a little wild. Twins need base runners. They've had opportunities tonight, have not converted. Royce Lewis at the plate. First pitch down, 1 ball, no strikes. Royce Lewis was at the plate with 2 on and 2 out in the first. He hit a screaming liner, but right at turn to the shortstop. And then in the 5th, with the bases loaded, he struck out with 2 outs as a pitch down low. That was a 2-out rally that started with Buxton's bounding ball double, then a couple of walks, and Lewis was the final of the 9 strikeouts tonight for Aaron Nola. Pitch down and away, and it's 3-0 now to Lewis. That'll work. Twins need base runners. I'm trying to ascertain whether they've made any other changes. That is no longer Bryce Harper in right field. So we've got a new right fielder. And we'll try to figure out who that is as a strike is called, and the count is 3-1. Big lanky guy out there. They don't have the numbers on the front of these 1939 jerseys. So we got to wait for him to turn around and husk some corn. Lewis pops this one up. That'll get the right fielder running, so we'll hopefully get a chance to look at him as it's into the corn down the right field line. And as they unfold themselves off of the rolled-up tarp there, get a number?
49.
49. That means Derek Hill becomes the first ever Iowa-born player to play in the Field of Dreams game. Here in the third Field of Dreams game. And you get Mitch Keller out here to start. So Hill for Harper in right. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Royce. And he swings and nubs one out in front of home plate. Real Muto pounces on it, spins, throws to first. What a throw. And he gets Royce Lewis by a half a step. That is a big-time play from a big-time catcher in JT Real Muto. Some things you can't teach, Danny.
No, those are the things that when you go show a video, how to field that type of play right there, that's how you're going to run it. He ran past the ball and then reached back as he's turning his back to the pitcher's mound, and gets it and blindly knows right where to throw it and threw a seed to first base. Did everything right. Footwork, left behind home plate, discarded the mask. He did everything perfect.
That was a clinic.
That was perfect. That's the video right there that you teach. That's a teaching video right there.
Cody Clemens is the hitter and takes high. 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts for Cody today.
Let's read some numbers on Real Muto also about his challenges with the ABS. He's like at 70% getting them right, getting them overturned.
That's very good. And
yes.
To put in perspective, I think Caratini's awfully good, and he's about 65.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike to Cody. We haven't seen a whole lot of 3 strikeout games from Clemens this year. Cody versus Kirkery. Cody, nothing but good things to say about his time with Philadelphia, just that there wasn't enough playing time because they were so loaded around their infield. Fouls this one off his hands, 1 and 2.
And Chris, filling out my lineup card here, you look at the players they got. Schwarber, 116 games. Turner, 118, 122 for Harper. Arise, 114. So these guys play every day.
Every day.
Every day, all the way down to the Real Muto, 89 games as a catcher.
Little dribbler up the first base line. Cody erasing it. Kirkgreen picks it up, and he flips underhand to first and gets a hustling Clemens. 1-3 the put out. Keyshaw will be the hitter. He's counted for the only Twins run tonight with a solo homer. Hey, come sail away with the Twins. It's Yacht Rock night on Friday, August 28th. Catch the smooth sounds of a pregame Yacht Rock cover band. Score a captain's hat with a special ticket package and enjoy postgame fireworks in your captain's hat. Cruise into Target Field with your tickets at twins.com/yachtrock. Keyshaw has been on base all night as a strike called 0-1. He had back-to-back games where he reached 3 times in the last series. Mm-hmm. And then he had a sac fly in the game yesterday, and today it's been a homer, a walk, and a double. He watches down and away 1-1. And again, the on-base numbers
are going up.
Just skyrocketing and right where I think the Twins hoped to see Luke Keyshaw.
What I like about Keyshaw is that he's making a name for himself around the league, not just with his teammates, but around the league, people are asking about, hey, who's this second base or who's Luke Keyshaw?
The only question really is where is he going to play?
Yeah.
And
he's played some center field. I think he's going to play the outfield now.
Check that, and it's down and away. I agree.
Would you see him playing in the infield anymore? Maybe an emergency situation.
I mean, he's athletic enough that I wouldn't put anything past him.
Right.
And it's just that's what's so hard to fathom is he puts in the work. He's really athletic. As a strike called and the count is 3-2. There's nowhere you can say, oh, it didn't work because A, he isn't coachable or he didn't try. None of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is incredibly coachable and he works harder than anybody. But for whatever reason, it wasn't working. His feet were speeding up on him. So, yeah, I think the outfield's probably where he ends up. And I think he'll continue to go to school out there and hone what he already has in natural instincts. As he takes a called strike 3. He thought it was ball 4. Keyshaw doesn't challenge, but he has some words for Bruce Dreckman, and the inning is over. So the inning ends with a whimper, and the Twins down 7-1 as we turn our attention to the 9th here in Dyersville on your home for Twins baseball.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Do you know the following baseball slang? Today's phrase is Baltimore chop. Do you know what it means? Baltimore chop. A ground ball that hits in front of or off of home plate and then takes a high hop.
Baltimore chop. Right side low. Race to the bag. Not in time.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I mean, that's the best way to go. It was an important situation. It didn't call for the guys to run out on the field because we were still in the ball game, but I couldn't have picked a better guy, a tough competitor to do it against.
That's Dave Winfield after collecting his 3,000th career base hit. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I actually drive better when I'm high. If anything, I'm more careful.
That's probably...
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Tommy Nance is on to pitch for the Twins. Been a nice pickup from Toronto. Nance takes over from Rogers, who was really good tonight. 4 up, 4 down, couple of strikeouts. Adams logged 2 2/3. Gave up the 2-run homer to Marsh late. And, of course, Bradley had a rough go of it from the drop. It's going to be Arise, Stott, Bohm against Nance. Nance lost his father way too young, quite emotional about playing here at the Field of Dreams. Heard from Joe Mauer about kind of the generational impact that movie has had and continues to have as a pitch down and in 1-0. And you go back to the book was written by W.P. Kinsella. Obviously, the characters in the movie had the name Kinsella. And I was chatting with Pat Royce about it. He came in to talk to Danny the other day, and he was friends with Kinsella. A couple of old scribes, as a strike called, and they used to chat and tell stories. And there have been obviously changes to the movie, and the biggest one was that kind of the figure that didn't want to be found. It was the Terrence Mann character in the movie, played by James Earl Jones. As this one rolled back through the middle, and Luis Arise is some kind of hitting machine. Cornfield, wheat field, ball field of any kind. You could put him in a parking lot. He'd probably get 3 hits. He's at first base for Stott. But the reclusive author figure, instead of being Terrence Mann in the book, was J.D. Salinger, who wrote Catcher in the Rye. Rye, corn. I mean, it would be kind of, you could see, you could make the comp.
Don't they make a good drink with that?
Well, we might find that out before we get out of here. But Salinger's team wouldn't allow them to use the name or any reference to him in the movie, so they had to pivot. And, of course, James Earl Jones was just phenomenal. It's a pitch down, and it's 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Again, that was a long time ago, 40 years ago, and it's still resonating. People of all ages. 1-0, taken for a strike, and the count 1-1.
You know, there's some movies out there that you know, they just lock you in. You can watch it 10, 20, 30 years later and still pass it along to next generation of people, and it's one of those just classics.
Pitch on the way. And it's taken just in by Stott. Now, not everybody unilaterally has loved it. Our own friend Corey Provis, who ducked in to say hi today to us, he rails against it because when he was little, he did a report on Shoeless Joe Jackson. You know, being a Chicago kid, that makes sense. And in the movie, they have him batting right-handed, and he was a left-handed batter. And so, Corey, that historical discrepancy
that wrecked it for him.
Throws him. It throws him like a fingerprint on his airline tray. Like, he needs to disinfect it. And so he was always grousing about the details, but even he was having a great time today.
Just light it up, detonate it.
2-2 on the ground, foul. Stays 2-2. Twins are in a heavy shade. Brooks Lee's lined up essentially at straightaway shortstop. Culpepper's up the middle. And the lefty Stott, who's had 3 straight multi-hit games. He's 1 for 4 tonight, so he needs one here. He rolls one back up the middle. Culpepper has it. Flips to Lee across the bag for 1. Over to first. That's a pretty double play. Innovative Office Solutions double play. Score that one 6-5-3 And that just looked pretty. Some double plays, Danny, a little prettier than others. And the way Kalen flipped it to a spot and Brooks just glided across the bag, dragged his toe, grabbed it in one motion. That was pretty. Well done up the middle. 2 outs behind Nance. That's part of his game, the ground ball, and now it's Bohm. Bohm watches wide. Hey, looking ahead, brought to you by James Hardy. The Twins back home tonight. Continue this series with the Phillies Saturday. It's a night game. 5:30 lineup card, 6:10 first pitch. Connor Prelip, Jesus Luzardo. When you look ahead to home improvements, look to James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's #1 brand of siding. Bohm takes up an end 2-0. And get on out. We can't bring the cornfields back home with us, but the Phillies and the Twins, that's going to be a fun matchup. Middle game of this 3-game set before the Braves come a calling. Bohm checks at a pitch down and away. Doesn't go. 3-0. Phillies win in order in the 6th against Adams and in the 8th against Rogers. Also back in the 3rd inning against starter Taj Bradley. They've racked up a dozen hits tonight. 3 cornballs. There's a strike called, and they count 3-1.
Would you think this Phillies club is getting up there in age as a group?
Yes.
I do. I think their window's closing.
This ball fouled away, and again, it's about layering in the next generation to go with your older players. And, you know, the Phillies had that great run with the Howard, Utley, Rollins group, and then they kind of got older, and they had to retool it. They've got still some guys, I think, with gas in the tank, but the Crawfords in that next wave, they need to arrive. There's a ground ball towards third foul. You know, young pitching, too. You know, they've got Painter, who they really had high hopes for, but their pitching's getting up there. Wheeler's been magnificent.
Yeah.
Coming off the injury, he's just been, again, elite. They went and got Christopher Sanchez, who is dominant. Twins won't see either of those guys in the series. Duran's been lights out at the back end of their bullpen, so I think they still like their arms. As a big swing and miss by Bohm, and he strikes out. Nance excited about playing in this game, and he acquits himself beautifully, facing the minimum here in the 9th inning, including a double play. We go to the bottom of the 9th at the Field of Dreams. Will there be a dream ending? Twins down 7-1 on your home for Twins baseball.
In baseball, range can make all the difference. That extra step to feel the ball, make the throw, and get the out. In life, Burnett gives you that same advantage, helping you keep potential threats at a distance with easy-to-use, less lethal protection effective up to 60 feet away. Stay in control without having to carry lethal force. Shop personal protection at Byrna.com. That's BYRNA.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
7-1 lead for the Phillies, and Joan Duran, our old buddy, is on to pitch. I can tell you in good faith that as much as I enjoy the phenomenal entrance that usually accompanies Joan Duran, and that went from Minnesota, where it was created, to Philadelphia in the trade, pretty happy they didn't light the corn on fire to let him run into the ballgame. Usually you got the flames and the music and all of it, and this time he just kind of ran in from that Barnwood bullpen.
You know, it's one of the better entries for a reliever. The other one was Trevor Hoffman.
Yep.
Hell's Bells, is it?
Yep, that was really good. Enter Sandman for Mariano Rivera, who was here tonight. Brooks Lee facing his old buddy. Think he'll throw Brooks a fastball first pitch? Swing and miss. That was a splitter. And the count is 0-1.
98. It's like a fastball.
Fastball that dives down into the dirt like an ostrich hiding its head. Durant's been really good. Happy for him. He's 1-4 with a 1.74 ERA, 44 outings, 59 punch-outs, and just 41 in the third innings. He misses down with the off-speed pitch. I say off-speed, I guess, because it's a split, so technically it's called off-speed, but it's 98.
And that bounced and just hit the foot of Real Muto. Boy, he is in pain.
Ooh. He will be icing that on the bus ride to Dubuque. Both teams will be off in the Twin Cities tomorrow. I can't recall the last Friday off during a regular big league schedule. Doesn't happen very often. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way. And this one fouled straight back. Count is 1-2. Brooks can hit velocity. Just ask Jacob Mizorowski. Homered off him. Had another line drive right off of the Miz's leg, and then had one off the top of the wall that Lara stole. Could have been 3 for 3. 1-2. Swung on and he fought it foul. Boy, that's where you see the bat control, Danny. That ball is 101 and moving, and Brooks just kind of altered his swing to deflect it foul and stay alive.
Quick hands right there to be able to fight that one off at, what'd you say, 101 to be able to get another opportunity.
Hasn't seen the hammer yet. There it is. Missed wide with it. It's 2-2. That's a power breaking ball at 90. He's waiting to get to full count so he can throw the curve, right? Isn't that what Roger told us?
When you've got a 101, I mean, why go with something else?
Up 6 runs here. The pitch on the way. Swung on and tapped to the right side of the diamond. A rise. Charges, picks it up, throws to first, and Brooks Lee is out. Twins are down to their final 2 outs here. Kalen Culpepper will be the hitter. Culpepper just 2 for 16 as a big leaguer with 8 strikeouts. So he's had 16 at-bats, and half of them have ended with him shaking his head back to the dugout. Still early as he's trying to ramp up. And his runway will be longer than that in Dubuque. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. And again, that's 100 dotted. And the count is 0-1. 1 out here in the 9th inning. And aside from the score, as this one lined into left center field for a base hit. Attaboy. That one kind of hung up a little bit at 91, and Culpepper showed his quick hands. Whips out that bat through the zone and picks up a knock. Twins have their 8th hit of the ball game, and that'll get Larnach into the box. And Danny, aside from the fact that Twins are looking up on the scoreboard down 7-1, I just think everything about this day has been phenomenal.
Fantastic. No question about it. It's been a win for everybody. Major League Baseball, they put on a pretty good show here. Everything went smooth.
So many people that it takes to put together something like this. You start with the people right here in Iowa, of course, our hosts. Everybody who's been just more than generous. Their time and their good spirits. It's a liner right back to Durant and hit him in the glove. He catches it and he flips to first base. And that's a double play to end the game. And Durant looks at Larnach and smirks because Larnach hit a rope. And instead of a base hit and Buxton in the box, that is the end of our ball game. Boy, just like the one Gomez got yesterday for the Twins, turnabout is fair play, and a double play ends the game. So the Phillies win it by the final score of 7-1. It was the Kyle Schwarber Show.